Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Go ahead and let me know if my levels are okay. This is the first time I'm using Streamlabs. Let's see here. Trying to get this done real quick. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and review. We're gonna go ahead and review G-Man's The Anti-Atheism Show #7, The Bible versus Science, just for the hell of it, because I actually haven't seen it yet. This was streamed on December 20th. And here is the link for your bingo cards if you want to play. I am debating on prizes for the winner. The only thing on that is we are going to have to get into idiot chat on the Discord server because unfortunately my Streamlabs is or my StreamYards is out of gas. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in here real quick. I'm gonna see if I can't pull that off. You can barely hear me. Hold on, just a second. Let me. How about now? Is that any better? I'm trying. Is the volume working any better, or is it? Do I need to raise it up even more? Let me go ahead and jump in here.
Have an all right time watching the show. I kind of got heated at that fucking Sam the asshole, dude. To be honest with you,
Okay.
It happens. Yeah,
bro. Like,
it's true.
yo, but
Well,
let me ask you a question though. Would you ever go to somebody's stream and tell them how to stream and that like they should hurry up and they're not doing everybody and their guests are you know what I mean? Like that's fucking rude as fuck.
Okay.
if I don't like
Let
the
me
way the
see
show is
here.
going, I just dip out. What's up,
Right.
Carnivorous?
That's
Hey, how we doing? I think more, but it'll work. Okay.
well, cause dude, like I haven't said anything at all.
Hopefully that'll do a little bit better. That's putting me up in the yellow. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm live now. I'm trying to see if I can't add the audio.
Even Jake's over here rambling and stuff.
Trying to figure out my thing.
Okay. Thinking. No, not display.
I'm about to click on it from my phone. Already got my beer ready. Are you sharing it in here, or do we have to look at the video?
It'll be on the video. Let's see here. See if I can get it from there. Nope, that's not it. Media source. No, that's not it.
I get my charger. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm gonna see if that'll work. Do that and
Who are we covering? Vaughn or
No, this is going to be a G-Man bingo game. Yato, go ahead and say something. I'm going to see if the people on the stream can actually hear you.
Or can you hear me now?
Okay. Just peeked on my desktop audio, so anyone on the chat, let me know if you can hear Yato. He's in here too.
Nope, no one can hear me. It's the story of my life.
Yes, Lubis, I am very unprofessional.
So I just put in shit that I think G-Man's gonna say.
Oh, let's see here.
No.
Okay, there we go. They
When-
hear you.
When we watch anything that pops up, anything that pops up that's on your bingo list, you click that.
But how do I make the list? Is what I'm saying.
It's already there.
Yeah, you got to click the link.
I clicked the link and it took me to like a blank card.
Did you click the actual link that has a footer, or did you click the thumbnail link?
I just where Yato posted it, I hit #1 free bingo card generator.
Okay, that's
Do I
why
gotta
Yeah,
hit?
you have.
I gotta
yeah.
hit the HTTPS then.
Yeah, you have to hit the
Okay.
URL.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, how do I send it? Do I gotta send it, or do I just sit here and?
No, you just
You sit there and play, and when you win, you screenshot that bitch.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Okay. So,
Calls an older man's son.
okay, so
I'm
I'm
not.
going to.
Why are they saying I need to be louder? I'm not on stream, am I?
Yeah, they hear you.
Oh, I didn't know you were having me on. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Okay.
You didn't hear him when he said that we were live. Like,
No, I didn't know. Bro, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was like jumping into you guys' shit. I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
no, you're good.
That's
The more the better.
Yep, and like I said, everyone, if you go into the idiot chat in Discord, the ones that are in here are the ones that actually have a chance at the prize, so to speak. Go ahead and move that down here.
Bring your ass.
Yeah, that's an
Excuse
ugly
me.
monkey. I'm gonna put him right there. Okay, there we go.
Shouldn't be too much of a delay.
Okay, and
Well, I didn't know we were live. I didn't say some fucked up shit.
okay, so rules of this is when you get your card, you have. It's going to randomly give you up to 75 different tabs. It's going to give you 25 of them, just like a standard bingo card. Blue, who's echoing?
I already see one. I can already see one that I know for sure that I can click.
Which one did you have? Or which one are you looking at?
It says,
Oh, I got one too. I got at least 2 that he does every time.
I got like 3 or 4 that he does every time.
Can we say them or should we wait?
You can say them. I mean, it's the same 75 choices per card. So
Yo, I got one that says the G-Man stutter. Like, come on, bro. I also got one that says doesn't listen to reason. Like, dude, it's G-Man.
you can only mark that one off though if he has somebody on. Because obviously.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, that makes sense. I see.
I got fake
I also
laugh.
have
He
defend
plays with-
pedophilia and defend a pedo. I have 2 of those.
Got fake laugh, plays with his hat, and calls an older man's son.
I got fake laugh too. I got human zoos.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Mentions professional wrestling.
Hey, I went in depth on this one. Okay, so.
Yeah, no, dude, it's funny as shit.
Call someone racist when they're not.
Oh yeah, that's just the antithesis on the other part of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started, and we'll go ahead and have our fun. Like I said, anybody that wants to actually join us on stream, just hop into the idiot chat on Black Guy TV's Discord, and you can qualify for a prize.
Tito, you motherfucker.
What's up?
No, fucking
Yo.
Tito.
Were you guys watching Billy's comments in the geek group? He was fucking roasted on Nightmare, dude. I was like, I actually felt bad for him. I'm like, I hope Nightmare doesn't see all these comments, dude. It's like clear that Billy doesn't like the guy. Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna turn you guys down just a little bit because they're.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm fucking asshole loud.
Oh, no worries. I'm just gonna cut you down by about a third.
It is hard, there is no God.
So I only have like one question. Do I have to watch the stream, or will I just be able to hear it through Discord?
You will have to watch it.
Okay, and that won't like. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. Because I thought if I played it, it would pick it up through the mic, but okay, cool.
No.
Yo, this is respectful to empiricism. And every theist on YouTube that's ever been teased, mocked, and ridiculed by the atheist community. It's our time now.
Okay, let me know if the audio's okay in the chat.
Ding dong, atheism dead. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Ding dong, atheism dead. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. He's in the gym, Yona looks sick. Trevor got owned because he's a prick.
Okay, so everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and qualify this as his bad rapping if you have that on your card.
Seasons that fire are a need to retire. Demons on fire, think shades is a life. Redline the boys who never finished school. Whenever you debate, you sound like a fool. Signature master for these times for free. You're blind at the back and you can't see me. TA's a large.
So what was that? Jake, what was that you said?
I said I freestyle raps poorly.
Yes.
Like a bull. You watch your ascension and prepare for the fall. This is the distance atheist met. You're dead on
Oh, Rev News is in his live chats on this one.
The valley of the shadow of death. I follow Jesus in my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Rev
I
live
follow
chat is
Jesus.
supposed to be
Nothing
on here
left.
too?
As I walk
No, Rev's in his live chat, so we can have the defend a racist because they're Christian, most likely.
the shadow of death. I follow Jesus in my every breath. She is not bright, cold, tiny, and fear. Carson is evil, Wolf King is weird. I love Galaxy.
Okay, yeah, Todd, I'll give you that. Technically, it's not freestyle, so we can't add that one.
Get on your feet and acknowledge Christ. Leave the Catholic Church and you'll be alright. The entire community is coming to an end. Atheists grow up, stop playing pretend. I got the cure for deism, you can have it today. Read your Bible and do what it says. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. Yo, yeah. I'm out again.
Does anybody have bad dancing?
My stuff. I am definitely a fan of my own stuff. Hello, everybody. Welcome to GTV. Let's go do a couple of quick Bible verses here because we need to do this for this particular video. Psalms chapter 2, first couple of verses. Why do the heathen rage and why do the people imagine a vain thing?
I'm already disappointed because I have the welcome to Preaching to the Choir Ministries on mine, and he just said welcome to GTV.
The kings of the earth set themselves Let me make sure I wasn't muted there. Okay. The king sets themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder, and let us cast their cords from us. And he that sitteth in heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Psalms chapter 14.
Do you have your
verse
bingo card?
1?
Me?
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Verse 1 and 2. It says, the fool has said in his heart that
Yeah,
there
we
is
done?
no God. They are
Good. How are you
corrupt.
guys?
They have done
Doing good.
abominable works.
I
There's
want to
none
win.
that
I'm
doeth good.
competitive.
The Lord had looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and
Not
seek
today.
God. Verse 3. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good. No, not one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to GTV. I am G-Man, your host, and today we are going to be discussing science versus the Bible. Which one is more beneficial to us in this day and age that we're living in these last days where men are becoming more corrupt and more wicked by the hour, where
Yeah, Lubus, I already fixed
more and
it.
more people are becoming like Hitler's kids, being people without any morality who does whatever it is that they feel like doing instead of actually thinking about it first. We are living in some wacky times, ladies and gents. How many of you took your cocktail yet? How many of you got vaccinated? Of course, I'm going to encourage you not to do it, but if you want to do it, hey, that's your body.
Disclaimer, YouTube, I encourage vaccination.
How's everybody here doing here
Stutter,
today?
bitch.
Hold on a minute. I think I just cut my monitor off. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay, here we go. I cut the monitor to the computer that I'm using off. That was just
Hitler's
stupid.
kids. You fucking.
Okay, I don't know why I did that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to make the link available early so that you guys can come in. But I got a couple
awesome.
things I do want
So
to
we're
say.
going to have a whole lot of these.
Hopefully before anybody comes in here. And what I want to basically say is the Bible is more reliable than science or the scientific method. I'm going to say this right now. The Bible is more reliable than science, anything you're taught in science, and the scientific method. Why? Because if you take God away from the equation, none of those things really matter at the end of the day. Those things don't exist without God. All right? I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to find one.
The Bible goes into who we are, what we're about.
Oh,
The Bible talks about what we were meant to do.
He's already used Psalm 14:1 incorrectly.
And why we do the things that we're doing today. It corrects us. It rebukes us. It edifies us. It teaches us. You know what science does? Science explains to you all of the molecules that it took to make this pen that we can see with our eyes. That's all science can do for you. Science only deals with the natural world. It does diddly squat for you when it comes to the supernatural world. Okay, so I'll put the link out there one more time. So we as human beings, we do things all the time that is displeasing to God, and not just displeasing to God, but to other men, or to other human beings too. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. How many of you know people out there that are busybodies that constantly butt into the affairs of other people, but don't concentrate on what's going on in their own life? You know the Bible deals with that. As a matter of fact,
does it?
Let me see something here.
Oh my gosh.
We're forbidden in the scripture to be busybodies. Do you want to know why we're forbidden to be busybodies? Because God is not a hypocrite. God wants us to be people that will concentrate on what's going on in our lives first before we start dealing with what's going on in the lives of other people. Okay? We serve a God that that holds us accountable for our actions and the things that we do. We serve a merciful God. We serve a loving God. We serve a compassionate God, a generous God, a powerful God, a knowledgeable, all-knowing God. All right? But the point that I want to get at with this is that we serve a God that wants to hold us accountable for the things that we do. Okay? The Bible says, for example, that God will not be mocked, the man will reap what he sows, right? Now, to an atheist, when they hear those kind of things, or to the person that trusts
we're
in
playing
science,
bingo.
that's just an
what up,
ancient
Drew?
proverb. It's just a saying.
Isn't there a delay,
You know, it really
though?
can't be proven or
There is.
disproven in their eyes. Or
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
But the
Sorry,
reality
my
of the
bad.
matter is, it
no worries.
can be proven. I'll give you an example of
Hi,
a person
Dries.
doing something
It's
and
not
then coming
that
back
bad.
to them, and then we're going to come back to the
Yeah.
busybody argument. Okay?
Oh, okay.
If you go to the gym 5 days out of the week and you give your body 2 days off, and you pick a day when you're doing your biceps, your triceps, your legs, you're doing your stomach, over time, you're going to see the results that you've been in the gym and that you've been taking care of yourself and you've been working out. If you go on a diet, for example, and you cut out all the fatty food and you take away all the high cholesterol, people are going to notice that you have more energy. You know, you have more energy. You're not feeling like
Does this fall
all the
under
time. You got the
poorly
energy to
over
walk
explains
places
an
and whatnot.
idea needlessly?
And that's a
This
result
is
of
it,
taking
yes.
care of your body.
I would say
You know what I mean? If you put the right gasoline in your car, then your car is going to perform the way it needs to perform.
What about use as a metaphor?
It's sewing and
nobody
reaping.
understand?
It's
Sure
it's
sounded like
whatever you're putting in, you're gonna
that
be
would
able
also
to
qualify,
see a good
yes.
result out of it. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna see the proper result out of it. Just like if you put the wrong gasoline in your car, you're gonna reap what you sow. Your car isn't gonna run properly. If you eat anything you want and never think about the consequences for it, especially if you're a diabetic and you're eating sugar.
So
there are gonna
yes,
be
to
certain
poorly
consequences that you're
explains
gonna
an
have, right?
idea needlessly.
What does that
Yes.
have to do with being a
Thank-
busybody?
thank
Being
you.
a busybody is the same thing. We're commanded not to be a busybody. We're commanded to mind our own business, to be quiet people, right? We're commanded to get the beam out of our own eye before we talk about the sawdust. It's
How would he
interesting how
know how a
God
car works
refers to
and
our
doesn't have
problems
one?
as a beam in our eyes. Then no matter how wicked the other
That's a
person
good
is,
point.
it's just sawdust. It's very interesting that we need to be the kind of people that look at ourselves first before we talk to other people. Why? Because then we will know how to talk to other people. Some people have never really done any real self-examination. So what they'll do is they'll spend all this time just lashing out on other people, not realizing that they either got the same problems or they're worse than the person that they're talking about. You know, what does science says about this? Science will call, as a matter of fact, the science will agree with the Bible on this, actually. Because what science will say is that the person that's being a busybody is probably a lazy, lethargic, good for nothing, who ain't got nothing better to do with his life or her life. Okay? Typically, the kind of people that we see out there doing this kind of thing is a woman.
This is
But when
still
you see a
the
man doing this,
over-explain
it's even
something
worse because
needlessly.
traditionally men have been the people that work,
Damn.
the ones that are money earners, and the women are usually the ones that take care of the home. Now, in our society today is a lot different because of feminism and because of the high rent that we got to pay that both
Who's in
people
his
got to
chat?
work now.
I see
It makes it kind of hard for only one
Revenues
person
and
to
Isabella.
go out there and work. You need two people to do it these days. But when still, because of our history, if you got a man sitting around all day and he's just busybodying all day, it should tell you something about him. You know what I mean? He's putting things out there, but he's reaping from it too. Because what's happening is the people that are listening, okay, whether it's a he or a she or whatever, the people that are listening are going to pick up on this. Where did this person get all this time to talk about this stuff? Where does this person get the energy to bring these things up? This person must be a busybody, a lazy person who isn't doing nothing with themselves. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah, this is supposed
You
to
know
be
what
the
I mean?
Bible versus
So,
science. I haven't heard a single
The
bit of
Bible and
science
science
yet.
actually agrees on this. Actually, come to think about it. The Bible will call somebody
Been
like that
rambling the whole
lethargic,
time.
lazy,
Yeah.
a person who is probably narcissistic and doesn't do anything
If
with
I'm
their own lives.
unmuted, can you hear me listening
and the
in the
way we know
background?
this is because that person's a busybody and is constantly putting other people down
It
and
won't
never
pick up
dealing
your
with his
stream if it's
with his or her own
I was
problems.
going to say, I don't hear it.
You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect.
Something else that science says that I know the Bible goes directly against, and that's this issue of evolution. Now, granted, let's say hypothetically speaking, the Bible is wrong. Okay, this is how they would tell you. They would tell you that the diversity of life comes from Darwinian evolution, gradual changes over a long period of time. Okay, and if we go back far enough, we're going to find out that we share a common ancestor with a shrew, a rat, a wolf, and all living things.
He's getting
Since the
dangerously
first living
close to
cell came out of
confusing
the water
atheism and evolution.
and it self-replicated, then certainly we share ancestors with all living things because of that. Anyway, guys, I'm trying to make sense out of it. So
Wait, evolution is a fairy
that's what
tale
evolution
for
teaches.
adults?
Evolution teaches you that you're
Not
an
quite.
animal, you're a glob of cells,
Okay.
and
He's
everything
getting
that you
there.
do is the result of chemical reactions. Let me say this again now. Science says that you are an animal, that you are a glob of cells, and that you only do the things that you do because of chemical reactions going on in your brain and your body. You want to know why I love the Bible? Because the Bible gives you a more honest
Allie, they can't
explanation
actually hear you.
on who we are and why we do the things that we do. First of all, you are not merely a glob of cells. Again, science deals with the natural world, it deals with the
What, the chat
the
can't hear me?
physical
No, they
world.
can't. They're saying there's an echo coming from you.
Okay, it can tell you what
Oh,
sheetrock
okay.
is made out of.
I can back out
It can
and
tell you
come
what
back.
wood is made
or-
out of. Give you all of
If you
the
just want to mute, you can hang out. Here.
properties according to the way
Oh,
we know the
it's 'cause
natural
of
world
what
or whatever,
I'm
right? It can
watching.
tell you
Got it.
what
Yeah.
wood is made up of, how much heat is needed to burn it. Science can tell us how much you need to make a table. Science can tell you all that stuff, but what science cannot tell you is who you are. And no, you are not simply a glob of cells. You see, you are a person, a human that is made in the image of God, according to Genesis.
Probably
Look at
should have
Genesis.
grabbed
In
the
the beginning,
video
God
of
created
him
the
with
heavens and
other
the earth.
people. That
And
would
on the
have
sixth
really
day, God
been
created
filling
man.
out.
God
Yeah.
and before the sixth
Oh,
day,
he's
God created
supposedly.
the beasts of the field,
Okay.
God created the birds of the air, and God created the fish of the sea.
Come in.
Yeah, we
Everything
got
that
someone.
we
We
see
got someone coming in about
In
5
this
minutes.
world came from God's creation. Man
Gatto,
is
the
never
link you
created
sent me, it
anything.
says it ended.
What we have taken is God's stuff
And
and have made it and have
Yep.
invented things. Because if God took all the stuff back, we don't even exist, right? So we're
I think I
persons,
sent you.
we're humans with a soul,
Yeah, you sent me a StreamYard
with
link.
a mind,
A StreamYard
and
link.
we don't do things according
Yeah.
to chemical reactions in our brain. I'll give you a perfect example
From like
on why I
days
know
ago.
scientists don't believe.
Oh,
This is
for
a
fuck's
message
sake.
Right?
Oh my
If
god,
you
I
look
would
at-
mistake that. Jesus.
For example, and I and I'll
Fuck.
give you something I didn't.
My brain's been
Why
scattered.
do you love your wife?
this
Like,
whole
would you tell you
week.
the only reason I love you, baby,
Is all
is
this work
because
I'm
these
doing.
chemical reactions going
Jesus
through my brain?
Christ, man.
Like, what kind of a person walks to another human being and says something
I
like that?
never saved
I know
lives.
who do. People that appeal to science. People that appeal to science and
No,
don't really have any real
we're just in
humanity.
the
All of
Discord.
that have died when they decided that science is the all be all.
Oh, because I
You know
thought
what I mean?
everyone was like
have a
watching this thing,
soul.
so I was like,
We have
did
a
I miss
mind.
something out
We
here?
have a
Or...
spirit.
No,
As
we're.
a matter of fact, in the book of Genesis, the Bible says a guy
actually,
made
I should
Adam
be able to do
out
this.
of the dust of the earth, out of the soil of the earth, and he formed man, and he breathed into him the breath of life,
There we
and
go.
he became a
Okay.
living soul. You take away the breath of life, and we just go back to being dirt again at the end of the day. Okay, so
Hopefully
because God
that's
gave
not
us all,
sharing twice
because
now.
God gave us all of these things. We have emotions.
Actually,
We have,
Gary.
we have so many different things about us.
Oh, that's so much better.
We can show love because we can show that we care about somebody. It is because this chemical mixed with this chemical. And by the way, I have a chemistry book over there. If anybody want to come in here and explain to me what the chemical, what chemicals I can mix to create love, I would love to hear that because I want to drink it and see if it actually works.
That'd be like endorphins
Okay, there's
and
no scientific
serotonin.
proof that's true. That we
Guys,
love because of chemical reaction.
Do what?
did he just roll his eyes?
No, not yet.
Ah,
He was talking about he's wanting to know what chemicals produce love, and I said that'd be something like endorphins and serotonin.
Yeah. We love because God created us to love.
What the fuck is
We
that
have
jersey?
emotions because God created us to have emotions.
Another one he
It's
got
a
from
LeBron
Evangelist
man.
Ken.
We share because God has given that to
It's
us.
Okay.
whatever the good,
To show
it's whatever
compassion
good
to
about
other
that,
people.
man. I mean, they have what they have.
Okay, we concern ourselves for other people, not because of chemical reactions in our
Oh
brain,
damn, Tito,
but
that
because God
sucks.
created us to do those things. And all of this is in the Bible.
Did
Let me
did
show
I
you
just
something.
lose my
Go to the
card?
book of Romans here real quick.
I think that's a
Romans
bitch.
chapter 12. It's probably not the best chapter, but is one of the best chapters in the entire Bible with explaining how we ought to act when we're interacting with other people, ideally. Romans chapter 12, and this is what it says. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your body as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. This is what we've always been commanded to do since Eden. And that's
No,
all
I
of
just
our
said I was just being sarcastic towards them, going, "Tell me why I should care about Romans chapter 12."
Oh, yeah.
bodies up as a living sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
some of these I
Holy
won't
and
even
acceptable
know, like Romans
unto God,
20,
which is
I
our
don't
reasonable
know
service.
that, or
And be not
the
conformed. This is
precept
definitely something he don't want us to do.
argument,
To be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You can't think the way you thought when you was in the world. That you may prove
No,
what is
jack
that
shit
good
about
and
the
acceptable
Bible.
and
I just
perfect will
know
of God.
G-Man's wrong.
If our emotions came simply from chemical reactions, then you couldn't.
It took
listen to
me
something
way
like this and
longer
actually put
to
it into
admit,
practice. It would only
that I
depend
didn't
on the
realize this
chemicals
was
that was
sped
going
up.
on in your brain. All right. A lot of people use
Yeah,
science. for these
I didn't
things.
even know
We
that
don't
until
talk
you
about
just
the kind of science
mentioned.
that people who practice the scientism use, and it is a dishonest. It is a pseudo biology.
Oh, there's scientism. I think I have that in there
That is
somewhere.
not comporting with reality.
Dishonest,
For I
dude.
say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, to not think of
Should
himself
have been
more highly than
tapping
he ought
head.
to
Should have
think,
been one.
but that he thinks soberly, according as God
No,
hath
he's getting
dealt
dangerously close to
to
playing with
every
his
man
hat,
the
though.
measure of faith. You see, in Scripture, we're
Oh,
told not to
playing with
boast, and we're
hat. I
told
don't
not to
have
brag.
that. Okay.
And we're gonna brag about something. We're gonna brag about knowing God according to the Scriptures, right? So when we get around other people who think they accomplish things, and we're not bragging about what we've done, they start walking around here being high-minded, thinking they're better than everybody, without really understanding what we've done with our lives. And it's not important. God knows what those things are, and we'll get our reward when we stand
No
before
one
God.
thinks they're better than
Verse 4.
everyone, G man.
For as we
You're
have
just that
members in
insecure.
one body, and all members have
This is
not the same office.
pseudo-biology.
So we being many are one body in Christ, and every one members one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us. Whether prophecy, let it be prophecy, according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministry, or he that teacheth on teaching,
Do it.
or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness.
Yeah, we've
Let
already got
love be
stuttered
without
down.
dissimulation. Abhor which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing in instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality.
Yo, this is
Bless them
fucking
that persecute
hilarious,
you.
Carter.
Bless them and curse not. Rejoicing. That one's hard. I'm not gonna lie. That one's pretty hard. Okay. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Now think about what I'm reading here. Science
Sorry, I have
says
to
that
go
the only
throw
reason
up.
you would do any of that is because of chemical reactions in your brain.
No, just hearing him,
Think about that a minute.
you know what I'm saying.
The only reason that you
It's
be
about to
kind to
get
another
good.
person is because of chemical reactions in your brain. I'm actually going to use that against Matt Dillahunty one day, who says that we're all
Matt
supposed to
Dillahunty
know
name
that certain
drop.
things are right and wrong, right?
Yeah.
But if a person's got a chemical
Does
imbalance,
that
why are
count
they being
for,
called retarded?
YouTuber no
Anyway,
longer
we'll get to all of that later. I got
No.
a guest in here that wants to come in
Okay,
here.
I don't really know who that is that much.
How you doing, sir?
No,
Hey,
Matt Dill.
outside chat.
Yep, buddy from the outside chat. I see. No, Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Raw are both in there specifically. The rest of them are just like when he references Bionic Dance or The Amazing Atheist. You know, those
Line.
yeah, Red Line.
Yeah.
You know, those aren't in our community anymore.
He
Hey, how's
has
it
a
going?
royal hate boner for
I'm all right.
Bionic Dance.
You realize that
Oh, yeah.
Bible is
No,
in a
she's
science
a
book,
nice
don't
person,
you?
though.
I totally understand that the Bible is not a science book.
Okay. Well, then why do you use the Bible to defend, to go up against things that are proven through science? There are chemical reactions in your brain that make you have certain emotions. That's
Okay.
proven.
So you love your wife because of chemical reactions that's going on in your brain?
Yeah.
That would be
I
considered
mean-
chemistry, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm sure that, I'm not an atheist, and I believe that there is some spiritual, things at play, but I know that what's causing that is chemical reactions in my brain. Now, maybe God made those chemical reactions, but that's what's making it.
That's
You don't have
funny.
to.
I knew that was
This
Buddy
video
from
doesn't make any
outside chat
sense.
without
Don't get upset
looking
and
at
block
you.
me.
Yep.
But what you're doing right now doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay, so let's put that theory to the test. Give me the chemical combination that I need to create love.
Dude, come on. I'm not a scientist. I don't know, but
Okay.
and so now your response is going to be, you're not a scientist. Look what they say.
No,
They say,
no,
well, I'm
I'm
not a
not.
scientist.
I'm not saying none of
Okay.
that. Google it.
All right. Well, okay. All right. You Google it.
No, I don't have to. You're the one who believes it.
Okay.
Google it.
All
I
right.
already
Well,
made the claim that you can't find it. So Google it. Some of the chemical combination.
there's endorphins in there's
Bring it.
endorphins in your brain that are released. That's what makes you feel the emotion of love.
No.
There are endorphins. You get the same thing when you run, when you have sex, when you do things that stimulate you and make you happy. It's from the process of some kind of endorphin. G-Man, I don't know, like you can't ask the debate people like Matt Dillahunty and all these people, and then come out here and make
Oh,
these
talks over someone.
You're jumping over a lot. You're just making a claim that you won and you already made your claim and whatnot.
Got it.
Unmute yourself.
G-Man
and
has
let's
that
get to
camera
where you are
routine
first,
down.
okay?
Sir,
You just brought up. You just made a bunch of assertions. That's what you did. I
I'm
didn't
just
respond.
saying.
And then
I
you're
don't know
saying.
why.
And you're saying. Hold on a minute. There's gonna be order in here. Ain't gonna be no you just blah 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 blah. Ain't gonna be no talking. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is this: if you believe that, give me the
Yeah, he
chemicals.
did.
Give me the chemicals so I can go to the store and go buy them, and I'll drink them and we'll see how it makes me feel.
So you think that you can go to the CVS and buy chemicals that
Imagine we
react? Do you think you can go to CVS and buy
into a
endorphins?
store,
Yep.
You can go on the street and buy
Is
heroin.
there a question?
Is that it?
What was that?
Condescendingly call someone sir or madam.
Yep,
All right,
yep, he does that.
Well, that's what
Go
you're
right
saying to me.
after that,
You can
though?
go on the street right now. You live in New Jersey. You can buy heroin, and that you can take heroin. It will release in your brain the same feelings that you'll get for love that you.
I wasn't looking.
Sorry, what was that, Allie?
Oh, I saw an eye roll, but
Oh yeah, there was an eye roll.
perfect.
feel when you love someone, and then you can stop taking those drugs, and your brain will release the same chemicals in your brain that it gets when it will think that your brain is dying and it's lacking oxygen. You can laugh and you look. You
Getting
don't
dangerously
look
close to a
yourself.
fake laugh
You're
too.
not. People don't want to debate you.
Mhm.
Don't get
Okay, listen to me. We haven't gotten to people who don't want to debate me yet. You're making an assertion. You keep telling me about debating and you don't even know how to do it yourself. Let's actually have this conversation first, and then you can do that, okay?
Okay, so I'm
there. We got some stats. So wait a minute. Hold on a minute. You said that I cannot go to the store and buy chemicals to show this stuff, but I can go out and I can buy heroin and do this. Do you want to like rephrase what you just said?
Yeah, okay, I'll rephrase it. I'm saying that if I'm
Heroin.
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 And you can take heroin, and the high that it releases in your body would be the same high that you would get when someone gives you a kiss or a hug. And that's using the same endorphins. Now, if you stop
He cannot hold still when people are speaking to him.
No, fidgets constantly, I think, is on there.
Grief will begin to happen. You
I
can
saw
laugh.
earlier he also said, like,
listen to me, dude. I'm rubbing my eye.
That's
You're
one of
moving
them,
around
right?
too. You did this to your hair. You're not saying.
Okay, I'm just saying. So what did I just say?
Okay, you keep talking about how you can go out there and you can buy heroin, and when you take heroin, it's going to make endorphins. These endorphins leave your brain and make you feel a certain way.
He's in the ocean with the shirts.
Endorphins.
Yeah, Harwin, Harwyn.
No, and then the first time he said endorphins, he said endorphins.
Endorphins.
You're not saying nothing with that. I've already used that. Hold on a minute, because you're using dumb nuts arguments. Okay, if you're going to use it, you're going to look bad like reference. All right. Hold on a minute. Just to confirm that I know what you're talking about. I know that you can go out there and you can buy certain things to make your body stronger that already can be produced by your body. There are things that you can buy, like for example, your body creates insulin, right? You can go out there and you can eat certain foods with it. You can that will help your body create it and actually has it in it. You can actually go to the store and help fight off sugar. You're not saying nothing about that.
Would him completely misunderstanding the use of heroin in this experiment be misunderstanding a metaphor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I count it.
Yeah. Was it really a metaphor? I don't think that was a metaphor.
He already did it one earlier though. I've had that for a minute.
Okay.
He was just maybe not a metaphor, but he was definitely giving him an example, and he misused the example or misunderstood it.
Oh well.
Blame's Dragoons different than Blame Drag.
Yeah, I think I've got Blame Drag on there as well.
So would that like basically be doesn't understand a common argument then?
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
Yeah. So
absolutely, you nailed it.
I'm starting to feel it.
It doesn't listen to reason. No?
Of course not. He's so stupid. Look
I
at
mean,
him.
I feel like that's a free. I feel like that's a bingo
No.
card.
Ellie, people are saying don't listen to reason because it's on their bingo card.
Yeah.
No, I know it's on my bingo card. Can I click it?
No, I was saying to Alan, Ellie.
Oh.
I also see dismiss as a sound argument, and from what I'm looking at, Buddy's doing that already.
Yep. I agree.
This is the part that you're missing. Okay. What you're missing is that who created the brain? Who created the body? Who created any of these things? God created all of these things. You got to unmute. If God
I agree
created
with you.
the brain, then God.
I agree with you about that.
Hold on a minute.
I believe. Okay.
God created
We got
the brain.
some extra
and God
people in the
created
chat now.
brain
I'm going to
do
go ahead
certain
and
things.
drop the
So
bingo
again,
card if they want to keep playing
when
with us.
atheists say things like it's simply the chemical, that's not true. God created the brain. God created the brain with a certain purpose. God created our blood to have a certain purpose. God created our organs to have a certain purpose, and they are supposed to react a certain way.
Here he goes with the purpose
primarily
bullshit again.
Oh yeah. And somebody saying it's just the chemicals. No, it doesn't work that way.
Well, either way, I mean, I believe the same thing as you. I believe that God created a human being, but the way that God's his mechanism for making us feel these emotions are through endorphins. That's what I believe. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what you're arguing.
You keep saying that you know that God did it. Just a quick question, real quick. Are you a Christian, pagan? What are you?
No, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a pagan.
What are you? I
don't know. What do you call somebody who doesn't really, who just believes in God? What do you call that?
You're a theist.
I'm a theist. Okay, I'm a theist. That's what I believe.
You believe that a God, I don't know if it's my God or whatever, but you believe that God ultimately created us and we were created with a purpose, correct?
Right, sure.
Yeah. So if you believe that we were created with a purpose, then I don't know why you're here arguing with me.
I mean, it just seemed like I just don't understand. I mean, whether or not
there he goes, like not letting him speak.
The emotions that you feel in your body are from a chemical reaction.
No, they're not.
I'm waiting for him to mute.
Tell me something. Tell me something. Does good and evil exist?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, really? So good and evil doesn't exist, and then when a person does good, you're telling me that that's only the result of certain chemical reactions going on in a person's body, and when a person does evil,
this would be definitely shifting the goalpost.
Of certain chemical reactions in their body. You say you don't believe in good and evil.
Right. So I don't believe it. No. Wait. How?
Hold on a minute. Is rape good or evil?
Wait. So how did what? I'm wondering what science has to do with
We're going to
morality
get
and
to
with
that.
ethics.
We're going to get to that. I don't want you ducking and running. Okay, answer the question. Why does a person rape another person? Is that considered good or is that considered bad?
Not from a chemical.
I mean,
reaction.
that's such a broad question. There's so many things that come into
Broad
that. What if,
question?
yeah, what if that person was? What if that person? What if that's a learned behavior? What if there's socioeconomic?
No way. I missed
Yes,
that.
yes, he did. He said he just asked why does a person rape another person? So we're more than likely going to be getting into the pedophilia argument here in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pedophilia, always the human zoo.
Economics and where a person comes from. There's people who come. There's children who
What
are
does that mean,
kidnapped
human
in
zoos?
African countries, made to join.
Human zoos is something that G-Man started about 6 to 8 months ago. It was actually shortly before he first blocked me, where he's
Hey, you guys, I
claiming-
have to head out.
Oh, okay.
All right, Allie.
I'm
Bye,
sorry.
Ellie.
No worries.
Bye, Allie.
I was gonna win, but
No, you weren't. It doesn't
yes,
matter.
I was. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Later.
But human zoos is something that he came up with. I don't know where. It was probably just a random Google search. But he's blaming the origin of human zoos on atheists, even though that yeah.
Caught the human zoo thing from I'm pretty sure he follows like some black people stuff, and I've seen pictures myself because there were like such things as human zoos, and they did have like black
Yeah,
people and stuff in
Like
there.
freak shows, is it?
But it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I mean, I'm not
Like
denying
I
that.
never said it wasn't atheist though.
Yeah.
Nope.
So,
Which is where
let's
rape
get
is
back
used
to
as a weapon
this.
of war. So
The
there's so
first
many
person-
factors. You can't just say that it's because it's whether
The
they're
first
good or
person
evil.
that raped somebody, where did they learn it from? The very first human being to rape someone. Where did they learn that from?
That's another ridiculous question. So
That's not a
it really
ridiculous question.
It is.
It's called deduction. All right. So explain to me with the very first.
Kind of like how you're
Hold on a
dodging
minute. The very
his
first person that raped
statements.
Yep.
someone, Right. The very first.
Dodge
person
is
to
a
rape
question.
somebody,
I know that's in there.
Right. Who did he learn it from?
It's
What are you saying?
circumstances surrounding it. Wait. So do you think that the first person? So you could easily you don't know at that point. You can't define what rape is. Do you think that back then there was courtship when people? Do you think men? Do you think in the early stages of humans? Do you think that they were knocking on the door and asking the father if they can take the daughter? No, women. They were acting on animal instinct. You want to call that rape?
No, what I'm going to call it is this.
It's a
I'm
ridiculous.
calling. You can call it ridiculous all you want. I'm calling your argument ridiculous because
How?
you just sat there and said, how do you know that it's not learned behavior? Okay, we have a word for it, and it's in our Bibles. See, this is what you don't understand. You don't know where the conversation is going. It's called sin, and I can prove that all day in my sleep.
Oh
what you're
my
claiming is that these are
God.
chemical reactions, and that's what I want to bring it back to. So tell me something. Give me the chemical combination that will cause a person to go out there and rape somebody.
It's another ridiculous question.
Yeah. The
If
I
it's
don't
so,
know.
okay,
I
I tell you
can't.
what.
This is why Arnra and Matt don't want to
That's like you're
debate,
saying. It's like you're saying
dumbass.
2 + 2 = 5, and tell me.
That's not ridiculous. Why do men get horny to
you can
begin with?
talk
Do you
over
understand
somebody.
that? Like, I don't think you're listening to yourself. I don't know who told you to come in here and just disagree with me or everything I just said, but you're making a fool out of yourself right now. Why do men get horny? Why do men get aggressive? Unmute yourself. Why do
I
men
wasn't
get
sent.
horny?
I wasn't sent here by anybody.
Hmm?
What was that? I said
I
I
want you
wasn't
to
sent
answer
here
the
by
question.
anybody.
I want
Why
you to
do men
answer
get horny?
Why do men get horny and why do men get aggressive? Begins with a T.
Testosterone? Is that what you're trying to?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And what's that caused by? Where does that come from?
Hold on a minute.
Is that
Hold on.
is that
Pretty
God's
sure
divine
asking leading
testosterone?
questions is in there somewhere.
Sir, you ain't trying to have a conversation. You just want to overtalk.
Oh, and there's
I'm
a
asking you questions. I'm trying to get an answer so I can make a point.
I'm just trying to
And instead
figure
of
out
me,
why men get
and
horny.
you're not letting me make my point, so I don't know how we're gonna have an honest conversation. You're one of those dishonest atheists that I talk about in your life. So anyway, so we know that the reason why a man will get aggressive is because of testosterone, right?
Excuse me.
And we know that there are other chemicals that. Let me try to say this again: that there are other chemicals involved on why a man gets overly horny and why he would lust after a woman, right? Now what? Now tell me this: what chemical? What level of chemicals have to go through a man to make him take that aggression out and force himself on a woman? Mind you, I'm going by your argumentation because we're gonna get to mine in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Can I just say?
Okay, pause, because now I'm calling that one he claims to know what his opponent's thinking, because Buddy from the outside chat did not say that, but he's still claiming that he's using his argumentation.
Dude, there's so many good ones that I don't have. They're still
I told
fun.
you I was a theist, and you called me an atheist, which I think wasn't fair.
I would like for you to answer my question regarding why men get aggressive and why do they choose to take that aggression out on women. That's all I want to know. What you want to do is you want to deflect and you want to dodge and you want to change the topic.
Okay, I'll answer your question.
You don't know. Go ahead.
All right. You want me to answer your
Self-projection
question?
right there.
Your main
Please
channel
tell
is
me
failing,
that's on
Drag is
here.
doing better than you in every metric in life. You're a huge failure.
I think projection is.
So no, that's not. You can come back in here. I don't care about you saying
Okay.
that. So anyway, no, you can stay in here and do that and whatnot. Because now that I know you're a troll, I'll put that up there. So anyway, so let's get into this here now. Okay, according to his argument, these are chemical reactions that's causing a man to rape another person. Since Drag came up into the conversation and you brought him up, I'm assuming the only reason he's doing better than you is because he's going to school, right? I mean, I'm sorry, because his chemical reactions are greater than yours, right?
I don't know if he's doing better than me.
But wait a minute. He does better than all of the people that's following him. So I mean, I'm just keeping it real, dude. So let's get into this here now, okay? This man's going to school.
Actually, it's not on here. Oh well.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
I did like that that little segue there when it come to trying to explain what did he say? Drag's doing better than everyone that follows him.
He just mentioned that a couple times.
Yeah.
Wait, he already did mutes or talks over someone trying to answer his question, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times now.
The lack of self-awareness is astonishing.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
hoping
I
this is
wonder-
going to turn into a fun game.
I wonder. I'm just maybe this has happened before because I'm not aware of like all of G-Man's history. Has anyone ever actually sat him down and be like, "Hey, look at this debate you had. See right there, you shift the goalpost. See right there, you interrupted someone, and then
He
you
won't
asked them not to
listen,
interrupt you."
Alan. He won't listen to that, Alan.
No, he won't.
Is this an old video?
This is from
He's
December
going to school,
20th.
and congratulations with that.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
He's doing that because chemical reactions are reacting a certain way in his head. Tell me this: why?
This was after he blocked me, and I unsubbed from his channel. I just stopped paying attention to him for a while. So I'm just going back and watching it.
Well, from looking at the chat, this is when everybody started ignoring him.
Oh, I know. I see. Let's see here: Isabella, Rev News, GTV, and then Lady Starfire.
Yo, he hates school.
And she's only in there to tell him he's a terrible conversationalist.
Why aren't the chemicals reacting in your head the same way? What's preventing you from doing something with your life?
I do pretty well. I already graduated years ago.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was your major?
Well, I don't want to give up too much information about myself. I'm not like you. I don't
Oh,
put
no,
out
I-
information.
I personally don't believe you went to school. I'm sorry.
Okay,
And that's just my
that's
own faith. But if you did go to school and you graduated, I'm sure.
Why
your
does it
chemical
matter to
reactions
you,
were
G-Man?
greater than his, right?
You think
Had nothing to do
school's
with ambition, had
bullshit?
nothing to do with motivation. None of that stuff had to do with chemical reactions, right?
Well, why can't you make your main channel work? It's been 10 years.
Okay, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go
300
into
views
why.
on your last channel, on your last video.
Let's
It's pretty
talk about
pathetic.
why. Let's talk about why human beings do the things that they do, right? And for those of you who don't know, I know who this person is, and he is an atheist. He's pretending to be a theist, all right? So let me get this page over here. What does the Bible say about human beings? That we have a fallen nature.
What a piece of shit.
We have a
Oh, yeah.
fallen
I don't believe you went to
nature.
school 'cause you're
In
not willing
Romans
to say
chapter
where and
3,
when.
what does it
What
say?
a fucking piece of shit.
This is the testimony about man in Scripture, all right? It says in Romans 3:23, and I believe this about myself.
Considering what I just heard, it's no wonder his Bible looks like it's so beat up. Did you guys hear that? Damn near ripping the pages when he was flipping them.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
I believe this about this individual that came in here. And mind you, every time he comes on my channel, he repeats the same thing over and over and over and over again. Drag channel is doing better. Drag channel is doing better. It's like a broken mantra. And I wanted you all to hear. That's why I decided to let him stay in here, so he can know about how many times we don't care. In Romans 3:23, it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." You know, if you wanted to disprove the Bible, one of the fastest ways you can disprove the Bible is to prove that sin don't exist.
Whoa. Back that up just a hair.
Been putting that Bible to work.
In here, so he can know about how many times we don't care.
Getting it up.
In Romans 3:23, it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." You know, if you wanted to disprove the Bible, one of the
Damn it.
fastest
That was a
There we go.
perfect face, though.
Okay. That's the same Bible he just picked up the other day.
What does he slap on him and shit? Or
I don't know. That's the same Bible though. That's that same brown
does he
Bible.
pretend
And
it's his boyfriend?
in 5 months, that thing has become so beat up that the binding is falling off.
Be right back, guys.
Throws it at cars.
That's just ridiculous. Sorry,
ways you can
that was a
disprove the Bible.
segue.
It's a proof that sin don't exist. Just simply find one human being that has never sinned. Just one.
He's not coming
But unfortunately,
back.
that will
Just to
never
let y'all
happen.
know.
In Romans 3:23, it says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." In Romans chapter 3, verse 10, it says, "As it is written, there is none that is righteous, no, not one." But listen to the rest of this here. There is none that understandeth. There is none that seeketh after God. They are all gone out of the way. They're all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Their throat is an open sepulchre. With their tongues they have used deceit, and the poison of asp is under their lips. Whose mouth is full of, listen to this is very interesting, whose mouth is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood. Destruction and misery are in their ways. And the way of peace.
Your mouth is full of bitterness, dude.
There is no fear of God.
You're salty
before
about
their eyes.
atheists.
Now
And
we know
women.
that what things soever the law saith, it saith to those who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before God. This gentleman that was just in here, he's guilty before God because because the way these little bit of things that's been described here describe the person that was just in here. Okay. As a matter of fact, I got a better verse here that does a really good description of this gentleman that was just in here. In Romans chapter 1, verse 8. Romans 1:18 is one of them. It says,
Yes.
"For the wrath."
Definitely.
What was that?
He's a bit of an incel.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was
definitely.
saying
He's.
He's got some incel energy to him, is what I said.
Oh yeah.
Of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth and unrighteousness. Okay. Then another verse that does a really good job of describing him. Verse 21. And it says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Okay, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. By nature, we're idolaters. By nature, we are God haters. By nature,
this one's
we are
slow.
we're liars. We're thieves. We're slanderers. By nature. But for those of us who are born again, those of us who are the children of God, for those of us who know Jesus Christ as our Lord and our Savior, we are born again. We are new creatures. Totally different creations.
Lubis.
I know
Yeah.
I see Lubis in here.
That's why I have to remind myself not to behave a certain way,
Lucas.
and I have to remind myself not to get revenge like the way I'm
Do we want to
tempted
skip
on a
ahead?
minute by minute, daily basis. People don't know how tempted I am.
skip to
a
where
lot of
Lubis
times
is.
to be a very vengeful person,
Yeah.
and to go out there and give people with exactly what they give to me.
By the way,
You know what I mean? But it's by the grace of
by
God.
the way,
that I don't
fuck
do
you,
this.
Lubis, for calling
there
me
are some other
for
things that I
saying
can get better
nerds
at,
because of the statue he made me.
that I do on here from time to time. But fact of the matter
I'm
is,
gonna go ahead
Yeah, I
and-
saw
born again
that.
believers
I'm going to go ahead and
are new
skip it
creatures
to
and-
here
and
because
we-
it looks like he's going to bring somebody
Cool,
else
they're
in.
idiots for saying that, but it's
Yeah.
whatever. They have the right to their opinion.
Oh, and look who popped up in the
All right.
chat.
So, what's your view of the Bible and why we love?
The Bible, I think, is a great resource for learning
Oh, yeah,
love
that's fine.
in terms of
Is
the
that
New Testament in
Intaho?
particular.
Yep.
And that's just an entire testament about love and growth, except for Revelations. Revelations is a little crazy, but that's understandable.
Okay, so give me an example in the New Testament about the greatest act of love that ever happened in Scripture.
Jesus
Yeah,
sacrificing
Jake.
himself on the cross for our sins.
Huh?
All right.
I'm not sure who that is.
So Jesus sacrificing himself
That's
on the
me.
cross is the greatest act of love that we
No, I
have.
said
That-
I was
okay,
trying
I
to
can
click
accept
on
that 'cause I believe
something.
that, actually.
I accidentally clicked on
Do you
Jake.
have an Old Testament example of the greatest act of love?
Well, don't click on
There
it,
really
bitch.
isn't a lot of love in the Old Testament, except I guess,
Is that white on white crime,
genociding
the
the
white
planet.
clicker?
But once again, the God of the Bible grows and learns.
I believe that was an act of love if we are referring to the flood.
No, and I know you do. I know you do, and you're wrong for that. But it's whatever. I don't care about your
So
opinion.
explain to me why I'm wrong then. Don't just tell me I'm wrong. Explain to me why I'm wrong.
It's not wrong because of the Bible. It's wrong because of who you are as a person.
Okay, so why is it wrong? Why is it not wrong because of the Bible, but because of who I am as a person? I wasn't born then.
Because you're hateful at your core, G-Man. You're hateful at your core.
I'm hateful at my core. Okay, cool. What does that got to do with what God did in the Old Testament? I am not the only person that believe this. Notice
Because-
that I didn't remove you and I'm not muting you. I know why you're saying what you're saying. But you
Or
may not
mama.
think that this conversation is serious. But trust me,
It's
there
not.
are Christians watching this that is taking
When
this
Arthur was
very
spreading
seriously.
open his booty
Taking
hole
it
and
seriously
stuff.
too.
I'm
So
one
again,
of them.
explain to me how God's
Red Fang, what's
decision to
up?
flood the earth had anything to do with me. Now I know the answer to that. The question is, do you?
Can you repeat it again?
Can you explain to me how God's flooding the earth had nothing to do with love?
Because he took what he thought was a bunch of evil people and then used that as the basis to judge the world based on sin. However, that's just not the case. Like, everyone has the ability to change and grow. There's a lot of bad people in the world, but I wouldn't want the destruction of it right now because there's also a lot of good people.
Christians.
That's just
lie.
life.
I
It's
don't
great.
think
You
there
know,
are
man,
too many.
I got to give you a pat in the back. I mean, because you're a real swell guy. Are you an atheist or a theist?
I'm a Christian.
You're a what?
I'm a Christian.
No, I'm sorry. My ear.
Christian.
I'm sorry. Say that again?
I'm a Christian, so I
Wait.
operate.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. So you're saying that there's no love in the Old Testament,
And
you're
now he's
saying
going to pull
that,
no true
that God
Scotsman.
flooding the earth
Yep.
was not an act of love, and you're telling me that God.
Please
loves
tell me
and
that's
you're
on
a
here.
Christian?
Yeah. And
I
there's
do have a
enough
number of
evidence,
fallacies
if you
on here.
Look
I
at just
believe
the history
that
of the
you're not a
Bible.
Christian. No, you're not a Christian, sir. You can't be a Christian. That's
Nope,
impossible.
there it
Well, that's a
goes.
fallacy, but it's okay.
Wait a minute.
Damn.
Wait a minute. Which fallacy is it?
The false dichotomy. It's
So go ahead and tell me how. Go ahead and explain to me how I created a false dichotomy. This is good.
Doing my bad. It's the no true Scotsman where
Oh,
you say I'm not
my
a
bad.
Christian, but I am. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Explain to me how I use the no true Scotsman fallacy.
You basically just said I'm not a Christian, but I identify as a Christian. I believe in Jesus and the miracles he did. So I mean, that's sort of the biggest thing to being a Christian.
Okay, okay. Since you're my brother in Christ, 'cause that's what you're basically
telling
saying.
people
I don't think
who
we're brothers
isn't
in Christ, to be honest.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
wrong
You're
to
not
claim
Christian.
someone
Like I
using
No,
said earlier.
no. I just
Let's go.
What was
To
that?
be fair, G-Man's technically not really wrong.
Does that count as wrongly someone using a fallacy?
Was that
No.
was it no? Because that wasn't G-Man.
Oh, okay.
G-Man will try to use fallacies every now and then, and it's hilarious. That's why I put that on there.
I know which one you're talking about. I have it too. It says wrongly claims someone
Claims
else
someone-
is
Yeah,
someone else
yeah.
is using a fallacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He didn't say that G-Man didn't claim the other dude that Mothra was using a fallacy. Mothra told him he was using a fallacy.
Yeah.
Last I checked, Lubis is no longer Christian now, huh?
No, I don't think he is.
I wonder who had a hand in that.
Who is
Wait a
Lubis?
minute.
Is he one of us or no?
Yeah, he's the guy with the flowing long hair.
No, I mean, is he like in one of us, like our community, or is he G-Man type people?
No, let's say he's on Discord with us.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was like a homie or if it was like somebody that fucks with G-Man and hangs out with him and shit. I know a lot of people.
No, he's a Mayan god that likes to present himself to the rest of us regular humans every now and then.
He's gonna choke out all the coyotes.
Okay, let's go.
Tigers on a
That's
walk.
fucked. That's tough.
Man, hold on a minute. I want to read something.
I just
I
want
wanna
to point out.
read something to you. Hold on a minute. I want to read something to you to show you how you sound to me when you tell me that I said that you're not a Christian and that I committed a fallacy. Because the scripture right here says you're a liar. Check this out. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Tell me something. What does that mean?
Can you repeat it again?
Explain this verse to me.
Can you repeat it again? I didn't quite catch it.
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. Because many false prophets have gone out into the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake people in the world, so
Like
judge them.
yourself.
But
Like yourself.
no.
You said there's not a lot of love in the Old Testament. Why did God flood the earth, my friend? I'll prove that you're a liar. Why did he flood the earth?
He said it was an act of love to, fix the world, pretty much. And
Show me where he said that. Show me where he said that.
I'm not quoting it verbatim. I'm just
It
summarizing
doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
No, I'm summarizing it.
Oh, Lubis is still in the chat. So do you want to give us the heads up on whether you're still Christian or not anymore or whatever?
You're not even summarizing. It doesn't say anything like that. Why did God flood the earth? It tells you in Genesis 7 and 8.
I feel like the better judgment is you will know them by their fruits, and your fruits.
By
pretty
your
rotten.
fruits, you're demonstrating that you're not a follower of Christ. Because you said there's hardly any love in the Old Testament. You never read the Old Testament.
One-on-one, face-to-face, like slapping him in the mouth for the way he talks to people.
Oh, yeah.
He's a cocky little shit.
You know the only reason he hasn't got his ass royally beaten up, like mugged, is because of his family. Because his family pretty much goes around telling people, hey, this guy's special, leave him alone.
Okay, so we have confirmation. Lubis is no longer a Christian.
Lubis, does it feel amazing? Because I recently deconverted like a few months ago. Does it feel great to debate with someone and whenever they try to quote scripture, you say, I don't give a fuck what that says, so come up with another argument. It is so liberating. Anyway, I'm good.
Okay, we'll let him answer that.
Which is probably the case. And then number two. Huh?
Where in the Bible does it say it's okay to threaten children?
Oh.
My audience is saying that you're full of it now. So
you mean the audience
laugh.
It's just a bunch
hold
of
on a
people.
minute, Rick. Hold on a minute, dude. Just like I said, I got these rules on the YouTube channel, dude. So hold on a minute. You don't even know why God flooded the earth. Why did he flood the earth?
I've already explained
Was it a
but
fake
you're
laugh
not
or
listening.
not?
That's fine.
Why
You
did
just
he flood
dodged
the
the
earth?
question.
That was
Shifted the
definitely a
goalposts.
fake laugh. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, I call he just totally dodged the question or shifted the goalpost. I don't know what's on here. I'm trying to look.
Well, I don't have any of those on mine, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me either.
But this was back in December. I might actually have a shot at him butchering someone's name, because this was back when he was still calling Lubus Lupus.
Know why he flooded the earth.
Ooh,
No, I
that's
know why he
true.
flooded the
Or
earth.
if he
Why did
talks
he flood
about
it?
indigo.
He thought it was wicked.
Yeah,
He called her
Inter.
Okay,
indigo.
that's
Yeah.
not why he flooded the earth.
Yeah, I know she.
Let's go to Genesis chapter 7
God,
and
no.
actually read it, okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I want you to listen to it very
Everybody
carefully
asked
because,
about her
I mean, if you can sit there and you can talk about science and all that other stuff and do that in detail, I'm certainly sure you can do the same thing with this, right?
And then
Okay,
drama
so
as
let's
well.
go to
She
Genesis
would.
chapter 7. No, Genesis chapter 6, actually. Oh, okay. Indigo, I'll bring you in a minute. Hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Turn your camera off.
Yeah.
All right, Indigo, you're in. But let me
What's
finish
his name?
dealing with this individual here. Genesis 6 says, and it came to
She is
pass
so
when men began
pathetic,
to
dude.
multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters,
Oh, I got
and the
butchered
daughters were
someone's
born
name.
unto
Nice.
them. That
Yep.
the
I
sons of
almost
God
got
saw the
one,
daughters
too.
of men, that they were fair, and that they took
I
them wives
minimum 2
of
away.
all they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall
I
not
have a
always
stress
strive with man,
tumor.
for he is
I'm
also
also
flesh.
Fuck.
Yet his
Right
days shall
off.
be 120 years.
Just fuck
I'm
off.
There were
I'm
Get
giants
off
in
the
the
internet
days
if
of
you
his
get
days.
so
And
stressed
also
out.
after
I'm
that,
2 away.
when the
two
sons of
different
God
places.
came unto the daughters of men, and
Three
they
away
bare
in
children
two
to them,
different places
the
as
same
well.
became mighty men, which were men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his hearts were evil continually. Okay? So tell me something. Why did God flood the earth? My unlearned and my unfit friend.
There's multiple reasons God flooded the earth. He
Why
saw it
flood
as
the
an act of mercy. He saw it as an act of not vengeance but grief. If you look at Genesis 4:8 and 4:23 and 6:1 through 7.
He flooded the earth. Okay, let's stop here a minute. Let me help you out here for a moment. He flooded the earth because man was evil continually, and on top of that, there wasn't even men no more. I know you like eugenics and all that stuff, and all these other atheists aren't eugenics, but God isn't. Okay, these fallen angels had sex with the daughters of men, and they were creating half breeds. And why was that so significant? This is the part that you and the rest of these other atheists on YouTube don't get. And don't
What's
understand,
wrong with
okay?
half breeds
Well, what's actually
existing?
going on there is they were corrupting
So
the
you
seed
endorse
to prevent it.
genocide.
And actually,
That's
Satan
fucking
had some idea
fantastic.
what God's plan was.
Yep.
He knew that through the woman, the Savior was going to be born.
Oh, actually, a fun little fact on that. G-Man doesn't consider the flood a genocide.
What an idiot.
Yeah, because Noah and his sons and their wives survived. Apparently, because it wasn't a total wipeout, it wasn't a genocide.
Oh, right, because not all the Jews and Armenians died. Their two genocides are not genocides, right?
Yeah, that's I even got onto him about that. It's like you literally just completely dismissed the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and he knew if he corrupted the seed enough, God would not be able to fulfill his plans. At least in his mind, anyway. God would not be able to fulfill his plans
He's
and bring
saying
about
the
the Savior.
Holocaust
So
isn't
if he
a
was
genocide?
No, he's never actually copped to that one, but he's claiming that the global flood, in the Bible, wasn't a genocide.
Because there were survivors, being Noah and his family.
Is it true that story was just stolen from the Gilgamesh story?
Oh, dude, it's been stolen from a lot of different stories. Watch Arn Ra's How Mythology Debunks Noah's Flood, and he gets into great detail about it.
Now, what I do know about the Epic of Gilgamesh is the immortal one Utnapishtim is the one that essentially tore down his house and built a boat because humanity had pissed off the gods for being too noisy. So yeah.
What the fuck up down there?
is trying to corrupt the seed. Okay, there are people who only been Christians for 6 months that know this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you back in here again. Okay, the reason why God flooded the earth because the seed was gonna be corrupt. The seed was going to be corrupted or was corrupted, and then number two, their minds was on evil continually. If you're an atheist, I'm sure you can identify with me considering what happened over there in communist Russia and all the millions of people that were killed over there. Because far more people were killed during the time of Stalin than it was during the flood.
No.
Yep.
But also, you just called me eugenicist, and I think eugenics is evil. That's
I said that you support eugenics.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you don't? So tell me something. Why should God spare? So why should God spare these half breeds, Mister? I'm a Christian.
I hate how he pulls people in and out the way he does. It's such a fucking arrogant prick move.
Okay. Would this be considered confused as atheism and evolution? Because he's... I mean, I know he just butchered the term considering he's trying to think of genocide and he's saying eugenics.
I
No,
think it
I
would
wouldn't
count
think
as
technically.
confuses. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying technically, I don't think so because I was thinking more of when he starts arguing against evolution, and then he immediately moves into a concept that has to do with atheism. And he's like, everybody always has that question for him: what does evolution have to do with atheism?
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, he did that earlier with Buddy from the outside chat when he asked him about evolution and then turned around and jumped to morality.
That and what I think he's doing here
Wait,
is
so
he's talking about you.
Hold up.
he's-
He did do confuses evolution for subject morality. Or
Confuses atheism for
atheism
subjective morality. Yeah,
He did do that.
yeah, that's what he's doing.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
where
have
was
those
gonna
as two
say.
different things. That's fine. That's
Did he
fine.
do the human zoos or no?
No, not yet.
So that means it can't be confuses atheism and evolution then.
No, but if he
No,
confused
confuses
evolution for
atheism and
morality,
subjective
then
morality.
Yo,
yeah.
what does fails the precept argument mean? I don't know what that means.
I have that in there. That's pretty much just any time he tries to bring it up because I've challenged him multiple times on it and he's never been able to start it, much less actually finish it.
Yeah, but what does it mean though? How do I know if I can click that one off?
The precept argument is you'll actually know it because that's when Darth Dawkins and Saitan Brugengate get mentioned, and he'll mention it, and then he'll turn around and go, "I would tear you to pieces if I used it," and then subject change.
All right. What about human zoos? Did we miss that, or did that not? Did he
No,
not? get
not
on?
yet.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Is he not almighty?
No,
Is he not
I-
all powerful?
I-
Is
I
he not
apologize
all
for all
loving?
the questions. I was trying to.
Yeah.
You're literally getting dunked on, you stupid bitch.
The Epicurean philosophy isn't helping you today. How you doing, Indigo? I'm gonna let you stay in here, sir, and keep calling me names because I want people to see what kind of human beings you people are. That's why I'm not kicking you out no more.
I thought he said nobody
You know,
can get in
and I
the
want
chat
people to see
anymore
how
unless we
depraved
paid a
you
bunch
are.
of
If you're
money.
not a good person, atheists can no longer go into a room and
This is from
Do what?
2020 though.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is back from December. This is just one that I missed because he blocked me and I stopped paying attention to him.
Got it.
But I figured a bingo show would be, it's an atheist themed one, and I figured this would be a good way to test out the bingo cards.
Oh man, let me get my bingo card. Fuck, I gotta get in front of my computer. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Turn you down just a hair though. There we go.
Who would give him fucking money to argue with him? Fuck out of here, G-Man. Fucking goof.
say, look, I'm a good person. Religion is the problem. Religion is not the problem.
Hey, Indigo.
You are the problem, sir.
Hey, Indigo.
Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, good.
Loud and clear.
How was your stress surgery?
Okay, how you doing, Indigo?
God, dude.
He said, "How's my stress surgery?" Well,
Oh, so
you know
this
what?
must have
I'm
been
gonna
right
respect
after.
your show,
This must have been
G-Man.
right
I'm
after
not
that stress tumor.
I kicked him out.
Say what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's right.
You just go off on him, but okay, whatever. How's everything going with you, by the way?
Horrible.
Oh, everything is going awesome. The business is doing good. Is life is amazing. And when people say their prayers,
Would that be defend somebody for a weird reason?
Yes.
Because he did
I-
just say that I'm not going to kick you out, and then he kicked her out because he mentioned her stress surgery.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
For a weird reason.
I definitely qualify that as weird.
Definitely. Love this. Oh, goodness.
don't work. It works.
Yo, I gotta say, Carnivorous, this is pretty goddamn fun. I wasn't sure about this, but this is pretty enjoyable.
It's an interesting way to review his videos because I mean it's got to have some kind of a.
Yeah, I gotta say I hate listening to G-Man, but this makes it way more fun.
Yeah.
I'm thinking anytime that we stripe his streams and shit, should start
We could
dropping
play
that shit in the
bingo.
chat. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what we could fucking play G-Man bingo, and if we make cards for everybody, we got cow bingo, folks. Cow bingo.
That would be
We can
interesting.
we can call the game the pasture, and then they'll get pissed off because they'll be like, "You're turning our lives into a game," and we'll be like, "Yeah, it's fun."
Now, okay, so the question on that, is, do we do one for each Lulz cow, or do we just make one in general?
I think we could make one in general, but there should be a space because all the cows do certain things that are the same,
Mhm.
right?
But
Like
they
they
also
all
are
have
different.
similar shit. They are different. That's what makes it fun for the bingo cards, because the bingo cards have to be different.
I think we should do one for like Shady and Rev get one, G-Man gets one.
I was thinking of having one with all the tards on it. So all the tard names. And then every time a tard does something like that other tard, you get that square.
Yeah, that would be good because
that'd be fun.
It'd be cool because like no matter what it is, it's like complains says that the bad shit in their life is because of the trolls. Like that's like 4 different tards.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I think we should make it super general so that all of our tards can play. So when we're watching it and we're doing a live stream, and like you guys said, when we're sniping, we have a whole side game.
I think it's just a great idea because I will not sit down by myself and listen to G-Man stream. I refuse.
Oh yeah.
This is like the only way I'll listen to G-Man anymore.
I throw barrels for a living.
Okay, so there we go.
I feel my blood.
I've got 17 viewers in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and put this to a vote. 1 if you want 1 for each tard, and 2 if you want 1 for all of them.
Wait, what was the question?
1 if you want 1 for each, 2 if you want all the same.
Oh.
5.
38.
24.
39.
It's only me.
You know what's higher than 24?
Okay.
25.
I want a general one.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a general one. I've got a couple of votes for singulars.
That general one's gonna be so crowded.
Oh yeah, because you can have up to 350 options.
We could, that would be funny too, to make like a host one and like mix those with like Drag, the Geek Room, and Hannibal and Monty and
To be
Dries.
honest, I think one won that. To be honest, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 twos. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. I got 1,
I think you have biased counting.
2, 3, 4, 5. I got 1, 2, 3.
How can
4.
counting be biased?
Not counting Lusty McButt, it's 5, 4 for 1.
Yeah.
Lusty McButt put 12, 12, 12.
Well, that means we won.
No, it doesn't. Red Fang just put another 1.
Okay.
Count the 1 starting at me. 1.
Okay,
That
so
means we won.
that's fine. This is our G-Man bingo card, and I will see about making a Shanny one and a Rev one, and
We could also do both, couldn't we? Like,
yeah, we could.
also
We
have
could
one-
very easily do
we
that.
could do one night where we do it all together, one night where we do it separate.
The bingo options are endless, and now that Carnivorous 8 has given us the ability to do this.
Dude, I'm just stoked that there's a fun way to listen to G-Man now. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care
wait,
either
that
way,
doesn't
really.
make my blood boil as much.
Right, yeah, I'm just stoked that it's a fun way to do this.
So fun.
And what I am debating on doing is I may decide to go ahead and monetize this thing after all, and basically
Hell
just
yeah.
during the stream the pot that gets collected,
Mm-hmm.
that's who the winner gets, or that's what the winner
That's
gets.
the winnings. Yo, that's a good
Ooh.
idea. Plus, like, we
Fun.
dude, if we wanted to, we could start like, hey, you got to pay $1 per board, or so you could buy like multiple boards if you wanted, or something like that.
That'd be interesting too.
Now
You
that's
I think that's
Yeah.
bordering
it's borderline gambling. So there's a way you can do it, but it's like we would have to do that like in Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'd have to do it low key.
It would have to be really low key. So if all of our friends in Discord, like that, let's say that, like, it's the only way to get the link is you have to know me in Discord.
Yeah,
You know
that-
me in
we could-
Discord.
We could also just say like, oh, we're pretend we're playing fake money. And
Oh, that we're talking about this live right now.
Are we? Is this live?
We are still live. Yeah.
Yes, this is.
Oh, we're live, so I
Oh,
shouldn't
dude,
be
I'm
talking
sorry,
about
bro.
my
I
crack
didn't even think
addiction.
about
Oh.
I was
We're
just gonna
talking
tell you
about
guys, I
gambling
had got this
again.
crack last week that
Bad
was
Miss
hella
Parker.
stale. It was
No.
so stale, and I
Was
was
it
like, I
yellow?
don't know how to make crack good again. Do you put bread in it, or like? can I
Carnivorous,
just
I'm
put a-
sorry,
Okay.
man. I didn't mean to.
I was about to say I'm about to mute me some Miss Parker.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and finish this until when we finally get a winner. Then we can we can go ahead and end it, and and we can discuss this the rest of the night. Okay. Anyways, enough.
And everything's not exactly, perfect, but
I don't know who
it's
came up with
way
this
better.
idea, but whoever did, fucking
and
props to you.
yeah, it took a lot of.
He also defended butterflies. So is that considered defending a racist because they're a Christian?
No, because Butterfly's not a Christian, or she doesn't.
Yeah, Butterfly's not a Christian.
She's confused, is what she is.
Yes.
Say,
yeah.
Look in the chat. It says amen.
Yeah, but she's also said that she's not a Christian.
I say amen all the time, dude. That don't mean
Yeah, it's a pretty universal term at this point.
Yeah, most of the time,
like
a drag queen will say it to throw shade on you.
Yep.
Or sometimes we go, "Oh my God," or "Thank
I've been
Christ,"
reading the scripture a lot more too. And believe it or not, there's actually well, I'm pretty sure there's business advice in the Bible.
Her voice just sounds so
and I was
poetic
looking
and
it up.
weak. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and so definitely
That's why this is
very well for me.
sped up a little bit.
So I'm very happy about that.
One of the things that I learned today was if a man works with his hands, you know what I mean, he'll never be indebted to another person if he knows how to work. If he knows how to work with his own hands, like for example, if you know how to build your own house,
he's got that damn paper up. I can't see if he's playing with his hat or not.
You know what I mean? Right. If you know how to fix your own stuff, you'll never have to hire somebody to come and do it. And the more you know how to do your stuff with your own hands, the less you need other people.
I can see his hand over there on the side.
It saves
he
a lot
is
of money.
wild
Like
gesturing.
I'm
Mark wild
figured,
gesturing.
your wife are at home all day, just fix the stuff in the house yourself.
Here,
so
let me
I
see if I can
see why I would need to have to hire anybody to do those things. So I just went on YouTube, learn how to do that stuff, and I just, I'm the type of person I like to do things myself. So,
gotcha. Let me remove this newspaper here. There we go. I can put you back in here.
Nope,
let me
that's
get
not
this thing over here too.
Oh, you're about to get fucking banned.
So we're talking about science in the Bible, and which one is more reliable? And he's
gonna say indigo was my prom date. Fuck you.
The scientific method is a great way to understand the things that's in the natural world.
Brother,
not necessarily everything, but most things in the natural world. But when it comes to the things that we can't see, mind, love, our purpose, and the science can't help us with that at all. You know what I mean? All science can do is speculate, guess, and things like that. But science can't really help us understand the meteor and the more important things.
There's playing with his hat.
Like, why do we
I was looking for that
why
one.
are we here? What is our purpose? And how did we get here? You know what I mean? These are the things that people want to know. They're not interested in learning what's
amazing too.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Let me know if there's a delay because I think that happens sometimes. I don't mean to cut people off. I think what it is that with man, like we're just, as human beings, we just want to know everything. Like we want to know how things work, why they work the way they do. Which is understandable because that's how you get down to the bottom of something. That's the whole process of science. Science is just a tool. So with these tools,
the anti-science
I think
in
what the
this
problem
country really gets on my skin.
Yeah.
I'm not even like
Hold on, yo. Could we need to hear what they're saying so we can fill out the card?
Yep.
People begin to worship the tool, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like you have the carpenter and the hammer and the carpenter and the tools, for example, and they're trying to build something. And you could say that the carpenter is Joseph from the Bible. He believes in God. And God is the one that gave him the talent to do the things that he's doing. But instead of giving God the glory and what he's doing, he gives the glory to the tool, if you get what I'm saying. That's kind of like what they do with the science. Now, the science is a good tool. However, it's the worship of it, which is the problem. That's what I believe.
No, I totally agree with you on that one. Like I said earlier, we're all prone to worship. The Bible tells us that we're all prone to worship, but we can see.
Blames the dragoons.
Oh, the dragoons.
Yep. There it is right there.
Is that really blaming the dragoons or just insulting?
Yeah,
them?
the dragoons need better tactics.
Yep, he's automatically accusing somebody of being a dragoon.
All right, fair enough.
See that with the way we behave. Like for example, you watch ESPN. I don't know how much of that you actually watch. Stephen A. Smith sounds like a pastor for the NBA and professional sports. You know what I mean? If you listen to Shannon Sharp, he sounds like the forerunner to LeBron James, making him sound like he's the savior of the world and whatnot. If you listen to to Shannon Sharp long enough, if you listen to atheists, they'll swear that your whole entire being could be saved if you just give into science and philosophy. You know what I mean? They're worshiping the tool rather than worshiping. The tool or the method rather rather than worshiping the creator, because we're all prone to worship something. Just because you become an atheist doesn't mean you're going to stop worshiping things. You know what I mean? I think a lot of them, if they would study what the word worship means, they would understand it. They think it has to be
I hate this argument.
Yeah.
Superhuman, as they would say. You know what I mean? That's all powerful and all knowing, right? No, you can worship your pencil. You can worship your stomach. All of this is
misunderstands the metaphor.
Silver and gold. You can worship a lot of different things. The Israelites
exactly. Some people worship themselves. People worship themselves. They see themselves as you know.
No, that's not what superhuman means.
Yep.
Like he misunderstood a metaphor when he was talking to somebody in the side chat.
More important than anything, and the Bible talks about that. God tells us about that. Our vanity, worshiping your vanity, and let me see.
Is worshiping your vanity? You're right.
I'll let you go ahead and talk because I'm trying to remember something I wrote down.
All right. Yes, worshiping is worshiping vanity and making ourselves more important than what we really are at the end of the day. Elevating ourselves, and a lot of people on a daily basis commit idolatry every day when they are self-promoting themselves to the point that no one's
pride.
Yeah,
pride. That's what I'm looking for.
For example, you got people on here that talk about how they're smarter than everybody and they're better than everybody and they're greater than everybody. And it's always about them, and it's always about them, and it's always about them. And they never appeal to anyone else. It's always about them. And all they're demonstrating at that particular point is that they believe that they're divine, and they believe that they're worship, that they're worthy of worship. Other people should come to him or her and say the same things about her. You know what I mean? Or him. So, and we see this going on every single day. We see it going on in politics. We see it going on in Hollywood or Hollyweird. We see this going on in Google Plus or here on YouTube or whatever.
That was another
we see
fake
this stuff
laugh.
going on in the professional world. We see it going on in business. You know what I mean? Where people are promoting self to the point that is worship. The Israelites were literally free from the bondage of the Egyptians. We're being brought.
Does this count as dismissing his own behavior?
God brought them out with great substance of all this gold. You can read about this in the book of Exodus. And they turned that gold into a golden calf, and they literally got on their knees and worshipped. This is the God that brought us out of the land of it. Out of the land of
no, but he did that.
They know full well it wasn't, but because he had this.
Oh wait.
I mean,
I was about to say
Did
no.
you mean dismissing?
You're talking about dismissing his own behavior.
Yeah.
No, this wouldn't be that, but he did when Buddy from the outside chat called him out on it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't have it. So now, dude, I got a bunch. I need 2 in a bunch of different ways, and I would have
it. Would be projecting.
Yep.
Desire to worship something. They decided to worship his golden calf. So the people in the science world today are doing the same thing. They're worshiping their tool, and they're worshiping a theories instead of actually dealing with the one who is behind all of these things. The one that created everything and can bring their understanding to another level, but they suppress that and it prevents them from coming to the knowledge of truth. But anyway,
what I find frightening is that
I guess I should make a comment that at least G-Man's bingo wings aren't quite as bad as Rev's.
They question the same way that they question religion, not even just Christianity. Well, I would say Christianity, because if you question Islam, you get blacklisted quickly. If you question any other some other religions or whatever, like many people never really question them. But I find that there's hypocrisy in that, but that's another topic as well. That's a different topic. I mean, they don't question, for example, what's going on with this virus. They don't question how they kept backtracking on advice. Suspect things. When I first heard of it, I first heard of the virus way back.
When G-Man's sorry, I was gonna when G-Man is getting impatient when he starts doing the
yeah,
and he's not even paying attention.
He's not listening to that.
No, all he hears from him is wah 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 wah. And to be
this is
honest,
Peanut's parrot talk. Yep.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
She is so stupid.
Thanks for the warning.
Last year in November, when it first, because I watch international news, so when I first heard about it, and I just kept an eye on it since then, and then all the weird suspect things that happened right after it just so many different events, and instead of them, trying to be skeptics like they claim to be, you're a true skeptic, you would look at this stuff and be like, hey, some of these things don't look right, don't set right. But no, I've literally heard people who claim to be skeptics, some particular people on YouTube that I follow, unfortunately, but for different reasons, who came out and said they are the experts.
Look at
and I don't have a place
to
say anything against them or whatever because they know more than I do. Well, that's the problem, because it's like pretty much like having a dictator. For you know what, a very good example is that going on times in certain countries in Europe, where majority of the population was illiterate.
Do we want to skip about 5 minutes ahead for Lubis?
Yes.
And I know which ones they are.
Indigo, you're a fucking dipshit.
I learned about that stuff.
Oh, Lubis with the nose ring and the ponytail, or the top knot.
With this vaccine, I'm not taking it. It usually takes about 7 to 8 years to make a vaccine. It takes time to make these vaccines. You do not come up with a vaccine that fast.
Another disclaimer for YouTube: I do not approve of the people that we're watching.
It's like that, and now you're just out there in the testing phase way too early.
Talking.
So it's like, for me, I wouldn't want to get it. I would wait. I'll wait and see whoever they choose to give it to, and see how that works out. Probably for about a couple years. I wouldn't even say a year. I'll wait a couple years.
No, you're not going to get it.
Back and just watch.
You can still have babies. Make sure you can still have babies. Make sure
It takes 7 or 8 years to make
ain't nobody using me as a guinea pig. If the atheist community loves science, they'll make the perfect guinea pig.
Yeah,
How many of them survive?
time.
You know what I mean? Let's get a lot of them to take
I'm
the
impatient
vaccine,
to get
even though I don't recommend they do it. But the moment you start doing that, you can't be an anti-vaxxer.
Do not let me
I've done a study before, one of those studies, and I would never do one. I would never do it again. Luckily, I got the placebo. So.
Right. So what does the Bible say about this then? Because that's a great example of the topic tonight. You know what I mean? Science is telling us that COVID-19 has a vaccine, and if you take this vaccine, you'll be immune to COVID-19. But if what you're saying is true, that somebody can drop something into soda and be found that and then test it later, find out that's positive for COVID. That should tell you.
They are saying absolute gibberish now.
Is this entertaining a conspiracy theory?
Entertaining conspiracy theory, absolutely.
Definitely.
That's exactly what this is.
Yes,
this is entertaining a conspiracy.
Something about the COVID virus. You know what I mean? And by the way, Butterfly, if you can, Indigo, if you can get me the link to that.
The link. Hold on. It's on. I'm about to look it up. Someone gave me the link on Facebook.
I love science. Science tells you that soda can even get COVID. Ain't that something? Totally. Soda can get COVID. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Science.
Facebook groups have no confirmation bias whatsoever.
Ignore the Bible, right? Listen to scientists, right? Yeah, okay.
And mind you, it's because COVID is just the I guess, to put it in layman's terms, it's kind of like the brand name, so that there's a lot of different types of COVID viruses. But this particular test is for COVID-19, and it said positive for Coca-Cola. So.
So do me a favor, put it in the private chat, and I'll show everybody.
All the boomers get their information from.
So, and I'll show everybody, because that'd be hilarious. I would love to hear the scientific community, the pseudo-scientific community, actually, be able to explain why soda can get COVID. Should we get soda the vaccine? Should we get soda the wear a mask? So that
should we give soda a vaccine?
Hey, wait.
Oh my God!
Wait, is this mentions an idea that's counterproductive?
Yes, I would say so. It falls under there. This is really counterproductive.
I'm fairly certain giving soda a vaccine and making it wear a mask is definitely counterproductive.
Yeah.
This is almost as bad as the Trump and needing to inject bleach.
Yeah. Oh, shit, my soda's got COVID.
Also, do not condone.
COVID here in the soda, got the hydrococaine.
Yeah. YouTube, just to make sure that full disclosure here, we're making fun of these idiots. So
as we're making fun of these idiots.
Hydrococaine.
Yeah.
Hydrococaine.
You gotta have your hydrococaine, folks.
Yo, it's actually carnivorous. It's smart of you to let them know that.
Yeah,
yes,
repeatedly.
I dropped that repeatedly.
Yeah, like repeatedly. I need you to understand.
You'll see. Give it enough time. Oh, we found out that sugar is sugar in food coloring is a fantastic way.
No, actually, just to explain why I do that, one of the videos that I did it, I barely did it twice, and it was one of Vaughn's videos. He tried to flag me for it.
Oh, yeah.
And I turned around and because it was taken down for misinformation, and I turned around and went to appeal it to YouTube, and I turned around and said, I have several disclaimers throughout that. It was back up in 15 minutes. So that's why I do it.
Wow, Vaughn, what a
hold
pussy.
on to HIV before it turns to full-blown AIDS.
It's like he throws the puck.
So anyway, Let me get that one because I want to show everybody that. But anyway, what does the Bible say about this? The Bible says
I can't guarantee it was struck by Vaughn, but it was struck.
With trusting in the medical field. Obviously, God has equipped people to be able to help you when you go to the hospital.
By one of these Lost Cows for sure.
It's a proven fact, by the way, that people at the hospital can help you out with any most medical illnesses that you have. You can go see a therapist. You're not really sure about how much work you're going to get, but you can see a therapist about what you may be going through if you're going through a mental thing or whatever. There are trained professionals that can do that can help you with those. But God is the one that allows these churches to get their training and to be able to help you get through what you're going through. You know what I mean? So the Bible says concerning our sicknesses, no matter how much treatment we get for anything, even if it's a common cold, that we still ought to pray and ask God to.
What's up?
Would it be G-Man contradicts himself if it was... Fuck, my brain is fucked right now.
Oh, the G-Man contradicts himself from earlier in the same stream?
Yeah, but it like 2 seconds back. Fuck, ignore what I'm saying.
I was about to say, don't worry, he'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
How did he... So, what did he say?
Do you want me to back it up, or...?
Yeah, back it up some.
Okay.
Get up.
They're going through a mental thing or whatever. There are trained professionals that can do that can help you with those kind of things. But God is the one that allowed these people to get their training and to be able to help you get through what you're going through. You know what I mean? So
God allowed you to be a scientist
no matter how much
to make my soda get COVID.
That we still ought to pray and ask God to bless the procedure that we're going to get, or to use the procedure to heal us, because there is that small possibility that what they're going to do for
Remember what it was.
Could actually harm you worse.
He tells people to get therapy, but at the same time, he doesn't believe in therapy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd call that a contradiction.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Boom.
And he doesn't trust science, but God gave people the blessing to learn science, right? Like, they learned it because of God. It's God-given right, but don't trust the science.
I just need him to mention Hulk Hogan like once. Just
or the
mention
Rock.
Hulk Hogan or something. Yeah.
You just need one more.
Yeah.
That's okay. Apparently, Panda's playing along in the chat, and she's been, or they've been waiting for the New York trip for the last few minutes.
Right. See, this has made listen, Carnivorous Abe. Thank you so much for making G-Man entertaining again.
Yeah,
you're the best.
Bro.
Yep.
Making him tolerable. That's an accomplishment.
People don't even know what the heck starts a headache, but they tell you to take aspirin. You know, they don't know where the common cold comes from. You know what I mean? But chicken noodle soup apparently is a good thing to fight it or whatever. You know, how you doing, Lupus? How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
There we go.
I'm all right. So tell me something, Lupus. How much of the Bible do you trust? How much of the Bible do you actually use
right
in your life?
out of the gate to Lupus.
None, I guess. In my everyday life.
What about the golden rule? Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Not originally in the Bible.
Not exclusive to the Bible either.
Yeah.
Nor do you need to be religious to think about it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't learn that from the Bible.
But that's still
I love Lupus.
Do unto others as you will want done unto you. Love your neighbor the way you love yourself.
Yeah, but I didn't learn. I didn't learn that behavior from the Bible.
And you're not an ex-Christian, right?
I am an ex-Christian.
Oh yeah, you did learn it from the Bible.
No, I learned it from the society I'm a part of and the way I was raised.
Society don't teach you the way they want to be treated. And if society, hold on a minute, and if society does it, they learned that from God.
What?
It's in our hearts.
There's a contradiction right there. If anybody missed it.
What was it?
You didn't learn that from society, and if you learned it from society, you still learned it from God.
There you go. Boom.
God,
there it is. Delicious salad.
We all know that's the way we ought to act. We ought to treat people the same way we want to be treated. That's ideal. Now the problem is, man don't want to give.
Does that also include swatting someone with a baseball bat with barbed wire for being trans?
I want to know what society learned.
That's what God wants.
That's what I want to know.
That would be the verbally attacks LGBTQ.
Where did society learn it? They learned it from God.
We learned it on our own.
Yeah, explain to me the process how it happened. Since we learned it on our own.
I guess trial and error. Probably.
That's not scientific.
What is it?
Trial and error is scientific. That's the whole. That is science.
Is it like cause and reaction or whatever?
That is science.
If you don't do it right, it ain't science.
I can't remember the phrase.
cause and effect. That's not treat others the way you want to treat them. As a matter of fact,
yeah, that's
Satan
true.
teach the exact opposite.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, would you like to know what? Would you like to know what LaVey and Satanists teach? Would you like to know what they teach?
It's called consequences.
Well, actually, you should because it's interesting. You love who you want to love.
It's not science because God is science.
Okay. All atheists.
God's a dick.
A lot of them are babies. I've been saying this for years. Atheists are baby Satanists. They just don't know. If you actually go read the Satan.
Do what?
We're baby Satanists, you guys. You missed it. We're little baby Satanists. I'm a baby Satanist.
Oh yeah, this.
Oh,
this is borderlining on his atheists don't exist argument.
Oh, I love it.
No wonder I love Ghost.
Exactly.
Satanic Bible. All of your beliefs are there. It's hilarious. All of your beliefs are there.
Like what? What beliefs?
Like for example, atheists believe in loving the people that deserve to be loved. Only people who deserve it get sympathy. That's Satanism, my friend.
And what does Christianity?
That's humanism.
Yeah, right. But Christianity does the same thing. Christianity is like, yeah, only people who are part of the cool kids club get to go to the cool kids heaven.
Yep.
Everybody else has to go to hell. Like, is that not the same thing? Like,
it's if anything, Christianity is more tribalistic, whereas atheists in general are more egalitarian.
Humanist atheists are, yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
I was gonna say because
to love your neighbor the way you love yourself.
am racist.
Despite your neighbor. You know what I mean? To love your enemies and love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. If you're my enemy, are you hungry?
Yeah, if he gets into racism or anti-gay stuff, then I've got
I'm
it.
able to do it, and I can help you get something to drink. I should be able to help you get something to drink. But there's a purpose.
I'll get a cold drink. That should be a square for G-Man.
Like there's reasons for it.
I don't see. So you're supposed to love me no matter what, even if I'm a huge jerk, and that's supposed to show me in good ways.
I love drag, but I also love justice.
You don't.
No, you do not.
I mean, he does. It's just not.
Oh, no, he loves drag in a different way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just loving
I forgot.
I was gonna say, do I have tells a lie on here? Because I'm pretty sure that I think that was one of them.
Good question. How do you...
Everybody has a free square. Tells a lie.
Yeah, that should be the middle square.
Default.
Tell a lie.
That square would just be filled out by default at the beginning of each video.
Space.
Tell a lie. Wears bad clothing.
I give him a lot of tough love. Anyway, go ahead.
Wears oversized clothing.
It's not that. That's called G-Man drip. Y'all need to recognize. That's G-Man drip.
Is it Lubus? Hi, Lubus.
Hello.
Yeah, you put the lube on. You put the lube on, and then you miss it. That's why he calls himself Lubus.
You're just. Oh my God! Fail.
Unintentionally perverted. I don't think
unintentionally perverted, but that was a super.
Wait. No, that's not sexist. That's not sexist.
No, it's just unintentionally perverted. It's unwanted.
Yeah.
Oh, and anybody who wants that particular clip, because that is a goofy ass grin on his face.
Yeah.
I like how quickly he changed up like where he filmed once he got busted for being back at the house.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Being very
Actually, my cousin
strategic.
called me Lewis when she was a little kid, and the name stuck. My name's Lewis.
Lewis?
Okay.
My actual name is Lewis. My cousin called me Lewis when she was a little girl, and then name stuck.
All right.
Oh, that's cute.
So, Lubus, what is your disposition? Your what do you believe in? Like, what is your belief?
Well, I was raised a Christian. Grew up in a Christian home. I'm not a Christian anymore because I just don't believe it. But I wouldn't say I'm an atheist. I'm not. I don't really go by title. I'm just always trying to learn. You know.
Oh, okay, so you're.
I'm not a Christian.
I was just wondering. You kind of seem like you're angry a lot. I was just.
Really?
Oh, he's angry. He's not angry. He's relaxed.
Yeah, he's being very relaxed right now. Actually, I would not be.
His hair is in a fucking bun. How would he be angry?
Yeah, it is the least. Yeah, the man bun is the least angry of positions, unless of course he had war paint on his face.
No.
Yeah, everybody practices.
Everybody
practices to a degree what the Bible teaches. They don't want to give God credit. That's the problem. That's why I said in Romans chapter 1, where it talks about when they knew God, they didn't want to glorify Him as God, so they worship and serve the creation rather than the Creator. So that's the testimony of Scripture.
I have no problem with
that was dangerously close to Romans 1:20.
Well, for me, I believe in God because of a lot of things that happened recently.
And you're ex-atheist, right? You're ex-atheist, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm an ex pretty much everything, and then now
I'm X everything.
circle back
Yeah.
on Christian.
Okay.
What you are,
I don't even
Indigo,
think I
what
was
you
really
are
a true
is a complete
Christian.
fucking
Yeah, I don't think I
idiot.
was.
And I have no respect
Because
for
even
you.
then I wasn't,
Fuck
you know,
off.
I was kind of like how
Yeah, but
I can't admit what Matt
goes without
Dillahunty
being
will
said,
not
basically,
admit.
bro.
I was not a true Christian. I was just Christian in namesake only.
He admitted it.
I didn't.
He admitted it. Go look at the documentary that I made. He came right out of his own mouth. He said he did not.
Yeah,
believe
he
in
wouldn't.
Christ.
Yeah, but he would say, "Oh, I was a Christian. I did this. I did that." Well, no, you weren't. You pretty much did what I did. Like you weren't. There was something there that was preventing you from having a connection to God. My problem with my connection with God at the time, during that time, was forgiveness. I didn't forgive people. I actually would instead of going to God with my problems, I became a jerk.
Yeah,
towards
but
certain people,
that's the thing. This
people
week
that
she
didn't deserve
changed
it.
that. She's no longer a Christian.
Gosh,
Yeah, she's
then I
always
would be like,
changing.
I'm a
She's
Christian
nothing. She's just
and
a
all this
confused
other
idiot.
stuff. But hey, I went and partied and drank and did all that stuff, back in the day. So you know, and I kind of wonder what it was exactly that he was doing that was preventing him from connecting to God, because there had to have been something there. It didn't have to be as extreme as partying and stuff like that. It could be, you know, for example, forgiveness, not forgiving others, because you can't ask God for forgiveness if you can't forgive others, which is, you know, one of the number one thing why, you know, Jesus died for us. He forgave us. He forgave the people that killed him, that did those things to him. So if you can't do that one of those
God, don't
things,
say WAP with her
you know,
voice
God's not
in
going
my
to want,
fucking ear.
you know, it's kind of like
her voice
it's kind of like
sounds
having
like
a guest in your house and you're sitting in your house and you're being a jerk. You're not even going to want to stay there. They're going to want to leave. You know, and that's how God's going to look at you.
What
good
point
way
are
of
you trying to
putting it.
make right now?
I don't see the comparison.
Oh, brother, here we go.
Like
Because you kind of
as
lost.
far
me.
as sorry.
Indigo was like Christian.
I'm speaking about
shit.
how Matt Dillahunty pretty
I won't
much
be
tried to
that
say
cruel to her.
that there is no God because he never seen God. He never had he never had a connection with God. But he tried to say that he was a true Christian and he did everything right. Well, he must have done something wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. And one example that I was giving was forgiveness.
No, God, please,
even as small as it may seem to other people, you have to be able, you have to forgive others if you want God's blessing. If you want if you want to have a direct connection with God, if you want to hear from God,
like G-Man's
if you
about
want
to doze
God to
off.
do miracles in your life, things like that. God is not going to do those things for you.
No,
God! Pretty much His commandments.
No,
and
God,
one
please,
of those things, and it's not.
No!
I mean, it's in commandments, but there are like little things. And forgiveness was one of the examples that I was trying to use.
Nobody cares
so
what you have to
he
say.
may have missed some things. He's not looking at that. I mean, I don't know his life, and I admit that.
Okay, it looks like he's about to do something.
If you're really seeking God and you're doing the things that you're supposed to do when you're seeking God, you're going to hear from God. God is going to work in your life. If God's not working in your life, and you're claiming that you're seeking God, you're screwing up somewhere.
Is so irritating.
And with that being said, I got the video here.
She said God like 30 times in one sentence. It was amazing.
COVID-19, so.
If you listen to God, God's gonna hear him. You're gonna hear God. It's like, Jesus, we get it.
God.
So this man from Australia apparently did a test. And can you all see this? Okay,
Yeah.
can you?
Oh,
All right,
okay,
cool. So
great.
let me make the thing bigger and you can all hear this now. Check this out.
Ich werde jetzt hier live während meiner Wortmeldung einen
Oh,
Corona-Test.
it's hold on for a second. It's in German.
Uns fehlt
If you read, you have to read the bottom of the article. But this is a guy that he went before I think it's German.
I'm not going to believe anything a bunch of
He went before Parliament. Actually, let me see, G-Man. I'm gonna see if I can find another one with the translation.
All right.
Oh, it's one from an American would be
Sorry about
preferable.
that.
Well, actually, you was getting ready to say,
I think it's because she's technically more sane than he is, but she's so stupid.
Hold on.
I'm calling it.
Did he just call him a Nazi because he's German? Really?
He just did, yeah.
Really, dude?
It was a joke.
Oh.
Yes, Lubis
But I
has some
wasn't
crude
joking.
humor.
That's how I look at the atheists. I look at atheists being hit with shoulder. So, anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find another one. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but think about that a minute, though. I mean, the Flat Earthers should have a field day with that. I would show up to every atheist channel
This
that
looks
works
like a
science and say,
Peruvian
explain
samurai.
this. How did Coca-Cola get COVID?
I'm guessing a contaminated sample.
So oddly specific, and it's funny because it's true.
No, he specifically tested Coca-Cola for COVID.
Lupus looks like Troy
And
Polamalu.
Coca-Cola had COVID-19.
Maybe someone sneezed in it or something?
How would the
He
vaccine
didn't
work
take steroids.
to get rid of
He
the
also
COVID?
looks like
and-
Flash with the hat on.
If you watch the video, you can probably, even if you want to mute it or whatever, you can see him take it out of the package. It's brand new, take it out of the package. The soda that's in a glass has not been touched by anybody else from a fresh bottle.
It's
and
in a glass.
Positive there at the in Parliament.
Does somebody have something playing in the background?
World.
Yeah, I could swear I hear something.
Jake.
I think it might be on the phone.
Hey, Jake.
Should we pause this G-Man stream for a
Is there a way
brief
to
on an intermission?
mute him?
There we go. Yep, we got him muted.
Okay, good. Because I don't want him to dox himself.
Huh.
Yeah.
Docs is dropped.
Is calling baloney on COVID right now. 70% of the world is calling. You know what,
Wait,
Lewis?
so he tested.
Wait, Lewis, you're getting vaccinated, aren't you, Lewis? You, your family, everybody's getting vaccinated, Lewis?
I probably won't because I'm lazy, but if my boss tells me to, I will.
No, that's not why you're not. You're not. No, you're not going to get the vaccine because you don't trust it. As a matter of fact,
No, I'm lazy.
that drags the anti-vaxxer.
Claims to know what his opponent is thinking again.
Todd's the anti-vax. All of a sudden now, you know what it's time to do? It's time to make a video on vaccines again and talk about why the
Did he just claim that Todd is an anti-vaxxer?
Yeah, that seems weird.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, that's
Oh god,
He's agreeing that nobody should take the COVID-19 vaccine.
No, I'm not saying that. If my boss,
family, Lewis. Welcome to anti-vax, man.
no, I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
No, you're anti-vax.
If my boss I work at a school. If my boss says you got to get vaccinated, I'm going.
That'd
But
be
I
the only
probably
reason
won't. I'm lazy.
you're still anti-vaxxer just because your boss told you to do it.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. There's somebody did this with applesauce and it tested positive. What the heck? I just Googled this.
This is great. You know what? Science, baby. I gotta make you a funny video.
Someone tested.
Yeah, they tested
There's that
positive.
anti-science
Yep.
bullshit.
Yo, broke nut. When you
What
getting your
the heck?
vaccine? Broke nut, I know you're watching. When you getting your vaccine?
Okay, I'm sorry, Sweetie Pie.
Fiona,
I'm going to guess whatever those stories are fake.
Okay, real quick. So here's the issue: a virus can be present on any surface, right? Like we all understand germ theory. Like it's not like there's an apple out there like, oh shit, I got a fever. I think I got COVID, and then it got turned into applesauce, and now your applesauce has COVID. That's not how that works. It's just the germs.
G-Man doesn't understand wipe theory. So.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Got it. I was just, my brain popped for a second.
You expect them to know about germs. Yeah.
My bad. Damn it. Put your dick in some applesauce. Maybe. Indigo,
Indigo, if you're watching this, you're fucking stupid, dude. You're one of the dumbest broads I've ever had the displeasure of listening to.
I have a PhD.
Fuck you.
In biology. That's how Fiona talks. I'm dead serious. You got to see her in her shows one day. It takes her forever to say the simplest things.
Mention somebody who's not active in the community.
Wait, who did you just say?
He just name dropped Fiona again.
Fiona again.
Yeah.
Name drops a YouTuber no longer in the community. Got it.
Yep. I mean, she's technically still in the community, but she's not active at all. I mean, she pops up in the chat every now and then.
She watches Nate frequently. I see
like a bottle of
frequency in
Coca-Cola?
Nate's chat.
Yeah.
Yes, they use the RT PCR test.
Okay.
So someone did it with applesauce. Another person did it with Coca-Cola.
Okay.
I think there's more. I'm looking at it right now.
Hold on.
This is what happens in
Wait, hold on. Are they tripping that you can infect things with viruses and shit?
Yes.
Is that the problem?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Amazed that you can find COVID in soda pop and applesauce, and they think that's proof
That's like
that this is all a
on your
lie.
food and you eat it and get sick.
Real quick, Carnivorous. There's a couple more people in here. You should probably drop the link for the bingo card again.
Oh, okay.
Or pin it or something.
I'm not 100% sure if I can pin it.
I don't know how to do that shit.
No, not in Streamlabs. I'm not that good. Here we go. There. Luckily, I should. Yep, there it is. Okay.
All right, my bad, folks. Go ahead.
They were trying to see if the tests were accurate or not.
They're not accurate.
By testing.
All these people that's being classified as having COVID don't really have COVID. That's what it is.
Yeah, these are actually people that work in the medical field. The guy that did the testing, he works at a university that did the Coca-Cola tests. Someone here that did the.
So if we're not going to trust actual medical scientists, like actual science, what are we supposed to trust? Your retarded ass fucking Bible?
Yes.
Apparently, but
so stupid.
Okay, so the detection things that the detection method that they're talking about, that detects for the presence of the virus. Am I right?
I think so.
Okay, so
yes, what they're talking about are experiments to test for the presence of the virus and how accurate the test is at determining how much of the virus is present in a sample. It's a very specific test. It was one of those tests that they were trying to do for mouth swabs and nose swabs so that they can detect it as fast as possible. And if you can detect it on a soda pop, then hell yeah, I can get it in your nose. Am I wrong? I don't know. I feel like they missing the science part.
I definitely see the point on that one. I mean, I definitely wasn't fond of getting my brain swabbed because that's what it felt like. I had to have that done a couple of times.
Yeah, my nose tingles every time I think about it. Like my nose has PTSD. It really does. It's all fucked up.
What she's doing now, or at least what G-Man's doing in response to her, is he poorly over-explaining an idea needlessly, or?
Oh, that was already done earlier.
I'm pretty sure this would classify as poisoning the well, because he's basically just making fun of it and completely dismissing it.
There you go. That sounds about right.
Right. And Lubin says he wouldn't get vaccinated because he's lazy. With this global pandemic that's going on. Lubin, let me tell you something, Lubin.
I'm lazy. I've never had a flu. Never had a flu shot.
Listen to me. You can get away with this on GTV.
That's
my
funny.
channel. Don't say stuff like
I won't get vaccinated because
I'm lazy.
Like, you go to my channel, what you actually think, dude?
Yeah.
They're going to blow you out the water. I mean,
The hell, I didn't care too much about the vaccine last year, and that's just because I was lazy. I was sitting at the house all day.
You're telling me that you're... That's why I don't listen.
I haven't bothered getting because I've just been too busy with schoolwork. So when I have time off, I do what I'm doing now.
And the best you got is
They're just giving it away at work. Go get your lot.
that's why we got to say out the other one, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I still wear a mask when I go outside and stuff, you know. And
I get up out this house.
Stay away from people.
No one else says your boss can't.
Here's my thing. Even if it's real,
if you haven't gotten one,
even if it was real, a pregnancy test you get from the dollar store is more accurate than this.
Yeah.
Like the pregnancy test you get from the dollar store is more pregnancy than this.
Do we want to take bets on how many times she's had to use one of those?
Once a week. Once a week because she doesn't believe in prophylactics and she probably takes it once a week. But her ovaries are so frizzled that she doesn't have to worry about it. She just does it because she wants to believe that she might get pregnant again. But she's about my age. We're not getting pregnant anymore, sweetie. It's okay.
Yeah. She's riddled with stress tumors.
Riddled. You can't have babies like that.
I know the shit I say.
30s and she's this stupid.
Yes. Me and Indigo are about the same age.
Not everybody should be able to have kids. I'm sorry. I can't stand that shit.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I am going to go ahead and play this real quick, but I need to run upstairs real quick and grab something to drink. I'm getting cotton mouth.
Awesome. All right, get ready. Let's talk shit about carnivorous ape. Everybody get ready.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
okay.
And I'm reading it right now before I say
Fuck carnivorous ape.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'm trying to understand what it's saying. There's.
I heard he had a puppy farm.
This is actually the.
Why would they be?
I heard he doesn't have a chin under that
They
beard.
actually test.
There's no chin under that beard. I heard it was another
Will
fist.
test you there at his job because
Damn
it's
it,
factory.
beat me to
They'll
it.
test you. They won't test a sandwich. Like that doesn't make sense.
No, people that got a hold of the test are using. I don't know where they got it from. I mean, I'm just speculating. I don't know if it's stolen from work. Who knows? But they're using them and they're testing them and they're posting their results online.
Yeah,
I heard that carnivorous ape is really Cain, and that's the reason he can never die, the reason why his skin looks so good, and the reason why he knows so much.
I heard that carnivorous ape is what happens with Vaughn.
Like, for example, when we're arguing about evolution, you guys keep talking about how the Earth is billions of years old, and I can show you how you got the same dating method. Rockets made yesterday, and then you guys claim that millions of years old or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. They're questioning whether or not their methods is actually good enough to test. And if you don't understand that most
things are not testing, like a soda.
Oh shit. I heard carnivorous ape is a black guy in every porno.
The bottom line is that you're questioning.
What did he say? I missed what he said.
Hold on a minute.
I heard carnivorous ape was the first dude to ever go to a woman's house with a sausage pizza.
Oh.
It's actually a form of of course, Coca-Cola don't have it. They're questioning whether or not the testing method is actually going to work. Now, how is it that I'm a Christian? And according to Drag, and I quote, that I'm supposed to be a creator.
He had some carnivorous egg fat.
We all kinds of cards and whatnot.
We love you so much.
I'm just curious.
Well, actually, I'm kind of wondering why you're thinking that, because they're doing this to test, to see if this test method works. Okay.
Right.
So
yeah, you can't leave your stream with
Miss
Parker in there.
I'd start testing people. Preferably if someone I know has COVID, I would test them.
Hold on a minute. They are testing people, and that's what they're doing. They're looking at
Rigzilla over here in the chat. Carnivorous ape fact. Oh, you retracted it, you little turd. He said.
Heard you come back. Oh,
carnivorous ape fact. He looks like Christian.
Oh no, he said carnivorous ape was the inspiration for King Kong.
Love it.
Listen, they're testing the method on how they're testing other people. Okay?
G-Man, this, I'm about to send you another.
Indigo, hold on a minute. People like Lubis cracks me up. He comes in here and plays stupid, and then later on, mark my words, he'll be in Drag Channel.
Stupid.
This is so stupid. It was over 6,000 years old. Anyway, you got a new link Indigo. By the way, for those of you who are watching,
imitating the opposition.
Testing Coca-Cola and applesauce for COVID-19. And you're saying
they actually these people are actually doing multiple tests.
Shut your dumb ass up.
This other person that did the applesauce test.
Oh, I can't stand her.
20 something. What was it? 22 samples. He did 22 tests, and they all came out different. Every last one. And I'm about to send it to G-Man. It'll show you.
Thank you, Brett Wellington. Again, Lubis. No, Lubis.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. Anything can have COVID the way they're going about testing things. What you need
anything can be diseased. Yes.
Idiots.
Anything can. You can, if you cough on a surface, then that surface has all the little germs that you coughed on it. And so if you got COVID and then you lick something and then now it's got COVID, doesn't mean that the ice cream is going to die. No, the ice cream is not going to die from COVID. It's just going to give it to you. Okay?
Just like how poisonous frogs have like poison on their bodies.
Oh God.
He's already done this. If you can stop playing stupid for 5 minutes, go look at what the CDC said and how.
Okay,
there's no hope for him.
No, for clarification, the tests they're talking about are specifically for the detection of the presence of the virus itself. It is not detecting the antibodies.
Thank you.
Therefore, it does not require a living organism or a living host to produce those antibodies to detect to see if the disease is present.
We just want to know, is it there? That's it. It was a way for us to test, is it there? That's it. Super simple.
Yeah.
Super simple.
How they're actually rewarding hospitals. If somebody, for example, died of a heart attack,
G-Man is too simple to figure that out.
Go take a look at what the CDC said. All right, sir, you are impossible. But anyway, Indigo, you got the new link.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, great. It don't make sense to you. Okay, great. You mentioned that 5 times.
I would love to watch someone bitch slap him in Minecraft.
No. You're just playing stupid. You know what I noticed a pattern with the people that are following Dragnut, and I know I'm going off topic with this and everything. One of the things that I've noticed about the people that are following him, you guys are losing your brain cells at a rapid rate. Like you guys don't get the most basic of things. I noticed. Like honestly,
self-protection.
I guess here's to losing brain cells.
It's like talking about adults versus children. Like honestly, I'm thinking about joining the GDC again because at least that's what the adults are. The dragoons. It's the great debate community that Stephen Cray's the president of. I'm thinking about going over there.
Great debate community.
He got kicked
Maybe
out
you
of there.
should join the flat earther debunking community.
No, see this right here. When I did my review the other day of G-Man, even he's fully aware that he was dragged out of the GDC, kicking and screaming, and he is now sitting in the middle of the lolscow community.
Exactly. Like I remember
he is still in denial about that and thinks that he's in the Christian atheist debate community, and he's not.
No. You're over here with Shanny and Rev, bro.
Yep.
You're over here with Shanny.
You're at the
Because
bottom
honestly,
of the barrel.
and dealing with them, because from what I can gather, the Dragoons are brain dead.
He
I think
is
you guys
the
have lost all
barrel.
of your brain cells. Maybe listening to somebody gossip all the time has finally gotten to you guys. I don't know. You have the ability. Tell me something. Do you believe in a scientific method? Like, do you believe in like a?
Thinking of G-Man swinging his hips around.
Yes.
G-Man
What's the scientific
hips.
method, Lubis? You ain't gotta be perfect with it. What is
He gonna do his ab workout.
What is it? Testing, experimentation, repeatability, stuff like that.
What are they doing with the Coca-Cola, and what are they
I sense a bingo answer coming up.
doing with the applesauce?
Bingo.
I have no idea because I would be testing people, not food products.
Oh God, they're testing the method that they're using on people. Let me say this again. I'm gonna say it real slow this time, Lubis. They're testing the method that they use on people. They're saying that the method that they use on people is unreliable. Why? Because if you use that same method, everything has COVID. Do you understand? This is why if you're a Dragoon, I need to hand in your memberships.
That's not what it means.
Oh man, he was so close he was so close to clapping when he was talking.
I hope
Slap
Dragoon doesn't
him.
get AIDS one day. Because everything can have AIDS too.
Yes, everything can have AIDS too. Thank you. And everything can have influenza. And every surface can have rubella. And any, you know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here.
Another thing that most people don't.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. Another thing that most people don't realize, they'll say like, "Oh, I'm not sick." Like it doesn't matter. It means you're a lot more immune, but you could still be carrying the virus. Like a lot of tribes have been wiped out because of fucking viruses carried by people that visited them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell G-Man that.
Now, I was going to say though, actually with this with the mRNA vaccine, they are actually closer than they've ever been to coming up with an HIV vaccine now.
Ooh.
So score one for the home team there.
Right. G-Man
But did
doesn't
it get a
any
new
of that.
anatomical feature?
Stop listening to Broke Nut because you guys are getting dumber by the day. I mean, I'll tell you, no disrespect, Lubis, but it's not about them trying to test
Are
Coca-Cola.
they testing things that they know does not have COVID and it's coming out with having COVID?
That should never have COVID. You know what I mean? Like there are certain properties that is in these things that would kill the COVID on the spot. Like honestly, come on.
Jesus Christ, you're a fucking idiot, Gary Moore.
And we're supposed to get into the body and react a
Well,
certain way, and react to
doxing.
our body in a certain way. Now we can get into COVID.
Gary moron.
Do what?
Huh?
What was that?
Hmm?
You said something about
We need
doxing?
to dox his drops.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alan.
No, I just said Gary moron. I don't know what you talking about.
Coca-Cola and applesauce.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I think the story's probably fake.
No,
Or
it's
maybe
not. You're changing the topic. You're changing the topic. So Antigo, did you get the new link?
The story is clearly not fake. It's
Let me get-
actually of all the things that Google is trying to shut down about people questioning this, and there's a lot of skeptic articles about this. This actually did take place. The thing is, they're trying to make excuses as to why this had happened, but the entire point of this is the fact that these tests that they're doing is not accurate, and they're adding to the numbers, which are causing the numbers to be inflated. And
It's been a while. Google or YouTube, I do not approve of the weirdness that these people are saying.
We strongly disagree with the words coming out of this trout's mouth.
We agree 100%.
But we do agree with Lubis's look. It's a killer look.
Beautiful look.
Yes.
We love Peruvian samurais.
it's not accurate. That's the whole point. The underlying point is that there's a lot of false positives.
Yeah, Wellington had this.
Here's the
Brett Wellington said this. I'm going to make sure I read all of this. Hold on. I keep losing.
Brett Wellington.
Here's the thing: if I drink a bottle of Coca-Cola before I get a COVID test, I test positive. Like that makes some sense.
That's a fucking
Brett
ooh,
Wellington said
bitch.
you
If
get
you
a
get
false
COVID
positive,
before you
and
take the
then he
COVID
said,
test, then yes, you're gonna test positive. That's the whole point of the motherfucking test.
Destroyed the anticorps protein in the test with the Coca-Cola. Then he says, which caused a false positive.
I just want to know
Then
what
he
their
says,
alternative is
cola
to
and
science.
applesauce is twice as acidic.
Religion.
Dying.
Google Hangouts.
I knew someone would say that.
As your nasal cavity. Then he says, this causes a false positive in the test. Then he says, the tests used on cola and applesauce are different from the test you would get in a doctor's office or testing. It's like, oh, okay. So he's trying to differentiate the differences between what you would get at the hospital as
Rigzilla just once. He says, I'm starting to think that G-Man was dropped on his head as a baby.
G-Man explained this is like a horse. This is like a horse trying to explain rocket science. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet.
That's why I said just once. I mean, this is the guy that's been hit by multiple cars too.
His
God.
dad,
Not enough.
when he was a
Not
baby,
enough.
he used to dunk with him on a Nerf hoop.
Well, don't forget that his stepdad beat the shit out of him as well. So
if you ever
what you would get
a newborn baby talk to a puppy, and the puppy like barks as the baby is like goo-gooing at it, this is exactly G-Man talking to Indigo.
There you go.
Than what they're doing with Cola.
That's great.
So how do they explain the COVID tests that were sent over to I forget what country it was over in Europe, but this actually made it to even Fox News, and they said that when they took them out and they did
Fox News. Goddamn. Because Fox News is a reliable source of information, folks.
Yeah, very reliable.
did the first couple of tests, they came out positive for COVID-19, and those were the blind tests to make sure that that there was no contamination with the COVID-19 test. And these were thousands. These were boxes of tests that were sent. So that happened earlier this year. I think my thing is a lot of the weird stuff that happened earlier this year, everybody sits here and they forget that earlier this year they act like it didn't happen. It's just like when Nancy Pelosi was out there marching out in the street telling everybody to go out and go to Chinatown, everybody's going to forget that happened too. I mean, it's all on video. Like, people just pretend that, okay, it's December, so we're just going to pretend that earlier this year it just didn't happen.
Right.
Can you shut up so I can fill out my card?
COVID, who I didn't really ever had COVID to begin with. And on top of that, you
they told me I had COVID. I clearly didn't have no damn. No, sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
You ain't have it because
I clearly didn't have COVID. I did not have no COVID. My husband went to work. He didn't test positive for COVID, but somehow I had COVID, and we sleep together. Like,
no, you don't have COVID.
So tell me how that makes sense.
My family members don't have symptoms. My family members were told that they had it, and then they was around me.
My husband had a bit of a cold, but that was it.
Hey, boys.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the disabled are laughing at her ass right now.
Yeah. That was horrible.
Me, I was sick for a month. Obviously, I think I had pneumonia, like I thought I did, because I get pneumonia. I tend to get pneumonia. I tend to get sick every year. I have a weak immune system, so if
okay, let's do a quick update real quick.
You have a weak immune system because you're a fat fuck. That's why, Indigo.
We need a break from the stupidity for a second. Let's do a quick update. I have got at minimum 2 left before I get a bingo.
I am 1 away from getting a bingo, and I think my other closest one is 2 away.
Anybody?
2 and 2.
Anybody else got a decent close? Does anybody else have it decently close?
I got nothing.
Nah.
What about you folks in the chat? Are you guys close? I know some of y'all were still playing.
Yeah, I was about to say Panda was still waiting on that the reference to the New York trip, which, I mean, given how all over the board he's been, that might actually come up. But so far, I'm not actually seeing any bingos.
When you put a freestyle, did you mean like that he randomly does, or one of his pre-recorded songs?
No, when he randomly does.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then it's not.
I was about to say,
freestyle.
if I just said bad rap, then that should be a free space.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does that in almost every video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and this is the issue. You know, we're trying to play this game while subjecting ourselves to this horrible, brain-destroying information. You know, that's the appropriate use of quotation marks, G-Man.
Carnivorous is definitely a masochist.
Yes.
Ms. Parker, is it misogynistic of me if I call Indigo a bitch? Because I've been holding back from saying that all night.
Yeah, I was feeling like that too.
What a misogynist.
I've already said this bitch like 3 or 4 times, so.
Just avoid the.
I'm fucking muted. Ain't that about a bitch? All I was about to say, I'm sorry. What I was trying to say was, no, it's not sexist to call her a bitch. As long as you follow it up with calling a man a Mitch. I feel like we should call men Mitches and bitches bitches. And that's what it should be.
Call them both bitches.
Well, in that case, then
Hashtag
G-Man is a
him
Mitch
too.
because he's such a whiny little fuck.
Yeah, he's a man bitch. And a man bitch is worse than a bitch because you're not even a bitch. You're a man bitch. And that's just the worst thing you could be. A Mitch.
Yeah.
But Indigo, you a hua.
I'm still positing that the male version of a Karen is still a Karen because I want that to be a gender neutral term.
Yes, I think it should be a Karen. I don't like the fact that they're trying to make it into two different things. No, if you're a Karen, you're a Karen. I don't care what your genitals look like. You're a Karen.
I agree.
Okay, so let's get back to.
If supposedly I had
Let's get back to the ear
COVID-19
rape.
this year, how is it that my husband didn't have it and he just had a bit of a cold at work, didn't have any problems?
By the way,
He didn't test positive for it.
Lucas, do me a favor. The next time you talk to Drag, relay a message to him for me. Tell him I said thank you. Tell him it took him 4 years to do it, but tell him I said thank you for stopping those trolls from coming to my YouTube channel and getting on my nerves. Tell him I greatly
The
appreciate
only
that.
reason we're not there is because you've blocked us.
I mean, I don't really
Yeah,
talk to him,
bitch.
but I'll try
Yeah,
to
yeah, right, whatever.
Also because Shanny's been more entertaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Panda in the chat going, needs a single one for the New York trip, the R and Raw mention, or calling someone racist when they're not.
Hopefully, I hope she gets it. Okay, let's see.
So
I just need to excuse me. I need anatomical features, wrongly claims someone is using the fallacy, mentions professional wrestling, acts sexist, or defends a racist because they're Christian.
Well, damn, you guys are gonna win before I do because you just the ones that you've labeled are the ones that I'm working on. So
Anyway, just tell him that when you talk to him.
Okay.
Just let him know that. Let him. I said I appreciate
being honest.
And if he can stop the 2 or 3 other ones that's still watching this channel, that would be greatly appreciated. All you gotta do is say it, and they'll listen because they're all brain dead anyway. So
2 or 3 other ones. G-Man, you're like 95% of your viewer base is us.
Us, yeah. And then your mom watches, I think, maybe, or your aunt, maybe.
I'm pretty sure he
Not
has.
even his mom watches.
I was about to say he might have some family just going, hey, I wonder what G-Man's up to today. He turns around and does that, and then about halfway through goes, oh, never mind.
I wonder if they're laughing at him too.
Yeah, okay, sure.
My cousin has a podcast, and I do not watch
Dismissive
it.
of me. I'm sorry. As long as you're known as a dragoon, it goes in this one.
But I'm not.
I make it a practice not to listen to you guys.
I'm not a dragoon.
Oh, right there.
Sure, right. Mm-hmm.
Did I not say the other day? Did I not say the other day? He will automatically assume that an atheist is wrong or lying to him unless he actually has other proof of it.
Yeah, automatically. No, you're lying. You are a dragoon. You are a banana. What do you mean you're not a banana? You're a banana.
Okay. So now that I've killed a couple of extra brain cells and I'm kind of numb to the rest of this.
I'm not funny enough.
You're not funny enough? No, you don't got to be funny enough. You don't got to be funny to be a dragoon. All you got to do
I'm
is
not mean enough.
Yes,
all you got to do is this when drag talks. That's all you got to do is this. I agree.
I'm not mean enough to be a dragoon.
That's all you got to
Was
do.
he giving Drag not a blowjob? I think he was giving Drag not a blowjob.
It kind of looked like it.
Yeah.
I don't find them funny. I think I had better jokes. But
There's a difference between having better jokes and being a better joke.
Oh, that's an 8 burn.
I can't even say the jokes that I had, but they're not funny. I'm talking about them over there.
Without running the risk of
dragging them, they're not funny.
I need to speak a little bit.
Oh, and just by the way, for anyone that's still watching, I've got 19 of you guys in here. My general rule for attacking arguments does not apply to Indigo because she doesn't have any arguments. She's just a shitty human being. So.
Well, I just consider her to be really stupid, but I'll have to talk to you guys later about her being a shitty human being.
She's a bean.
Well,
don't trust beans.
When I have video evidence on my channel of her saying Vaughn is racist, I'm never going onto his channel again, and then within 24 hours going back there and sucking on some old man nut, then
When that's clearly J-Dub's territory.
Just saying. Get off of J-Dub's nuts. Don't touch his nuts.
Yeah.
J-Dubs looks like a rodent.
J-Dubs looks like the kind of bitch that'll cut a hoe for fucking with his man. I'm just saying she might want to watch out.
Regarding the topic of the show, now I got to get to the Bible without sounding like a hypocrite, because some people might be wondering. Then, if the Christians don't believe that this Bible.
Oh, G-Man, let's see here. You're at an hour and 46 minutes. You should have stopped an hour and 47 minutes ago if you didn't want to sound like a hypocrite.
Real. What about the part of scripture where it talked about where Jesus said that there will be pestilences in diverse places? The first thing I want to say is I never said that I don't believe that COVID is real. I believe that they're exaggerating.
Hypocrisy.
That is what
Hypocrisy.
Heavily exaggerated to control the population. That's number one. Number two, I do believe that in the last days, which the days we're living in right now, that we're going to see a rise in pestilence or these sicknesses and these illnesses or these viruses or whatever. In various different
I want your hypocrisy. Okay.
To justify people getting these vaccines and ultimately
it's like
you know what I think is going to happen? I think what's going to happen
been on the
that
card
mark of the
too.
beast is
Messes up a
one of the
word.
promises that this mark is going to have.
You said messes up a word?
Messes up a word, yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, if we want to do one, or I can easily add extra rows to this thing. I can add hypocrisy and some of his other G-isms. I mean, if we want to do that for Gentleman Pioneer, we can always add in tradishment and stuff like that too.
More feathers.
Can one of them be says something sus?
Sample.
That's another free space. This is gonna be fun.
Or
We gotta come
something-
up with all our squares.
In the chip,
Or something homoerotic, such as, go in your mouth.
Go in
Your
your
mouth,
mouth.
go in my mouth, and we gonna
Why
do
is it
shit.
that
No,
those things are not the mark of the
G-Man,
beast?
no.
What?
I don't think the me personally, I think that it will. I don't think it's going to be.
This might be one.
Well, the mark of the beast has to be something that you're willing to take. It can't because it's.
He got interrupted. If he goes back to exactly what he was saying, then it doesn't count. But if he automatically changes the topic, I'm calling this right here as he forgets what he was saying.
Okay, let's see. Let's go.
As far as I'm kind of questioning that. I've been doing some research on some things, and I actually G-Man knows this because I showed it to him. I do have a chip in my left hand and my right hand. I ordered it from a company.
I don't think.
No, I ordered it from a company. Obviously, I don't have the mark of the beast because I ordered it.
Talking to demon.
I don't think
It's a.
Even Lupus is laughing.
I'm getting.
She's got a chip in her arm.
I wouldn't talk about
She
that.
has a chip.
I wouldn't talk about that. That's getting
No,
personal.
Indigo Demon.
It's
Please continue.
So anyway, this is what the Bible says regarding the mark of the beast. This is what it says.
I think what it is. It's going to be something that's going to be like you can't buy or sell. G-Man, the reason why I wanted to mention this is because the NFC chip that I have, that chip is the only thing that can communicate between devices. The RFID is only a reader. All it can do is scan. It's like a barcode. But the NFC chip can actually interact more with like your cell phones, for example, which is why I got it. At the time when I got it, I used to be into biohacking.
I love
So
the look on
that's
Lubus's
not-
face. I'm loving that look.
Too much info. It's going to make you suffer later. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, I mean, I'm getting it removed. I'm not into that stuff anymore. So I'm a former atheist. So
All right,
I've
so
done
we really
something.
Former
Okay,
atheist.
so
So
it
yeah.
says,
Oh,
and he caused
let's go
them
get
all,
our
both
chips,
small and great,
folks.
rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or
Damn.
in their foreheads.
Nope. Okay, I was
that no
wrong.
man might buy or sell, save he have the mark of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 603 First of all, I agree with you when you say it has to do with buying and selling. That without it, you will not be able to participate in the economy. But by then,
Now, on that note, though, he was so determined that he was going to get that Bible verse out. Do you think he actually heard anything that Indigo actually said?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
all of the money will be digital. Everyone by now knows.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone knows this, but everybody by now knows that their whole goal is to get rid of paper money and put everything on to make the new money electronically. That's what they want.
It's like you can take your phone.
Paper
and do
money
paper
is
stuff.
disgusting.
I've tried that before.
That's why.
Paper, I wanted to see what it
Electronic
was
is more
like in-
convenient.
in-
Why is
in-
that
with
so evil?
certain chips. There's
Paper
actually
money has germs. It's
there's.
gross.
I'm not going to even mention the company.
Fuck,
I got
what
it
is
from.
with these Christians
But
like,
anybody
oh, they're
you
trying
can
to
order it
change
online.
this? Like,
Don't
so
do
what?
it. I suggest you do not do it.
God.
I'm not telling
That's why-
anybody to do this.
These are the
But
people who
there's
give you wet
technology that
dollars.
people. This technology is already out there. It's just what I'm trying to say. It's there.
Right.
It
That's what I
just
wanna say about
depends.
this, I wasn't finished. There's more I wanted to say about this. This is
Oh,
important.
sorry.
Not only does it have to do with buying and selling, but because we know that this is part of the B system, and he's going to require everybody to get it, and this is important. A lot of false promises are going to be made about it. Okay, because not only will people be taking it and the economy is going to be involved, they're going to be using this this chip to identify those who are worshiping the beast. Remember, it says that he's going to cause people to worship him, and the people who don't worship the beast is going to be killed.
I actually care about what the Bible says
so,
because
I believe what's going to end up happening is that they're going to make a lot of false promises about this technology that people are going to have to take.
No questions
asked. We
asked.
don't know if it's going to be a chip. I've heard some people go so far.
Rigzilla, I will see about adding a few Bible verses like the ones that he most commonly goes to, but I'm not going to add just random, or I'm not just going to add generic reading Bible verses on the bingo card.
To say that it might be a tattoo. I mean, the technology is so sick now that they can put like a little ink thingy on you, and it could be the mark.
Yeah, the one that they came out with recently that I've seen, because they're on my Facebook, so they show the new stuff they come out with that they want people to buy from them. Actually, it looks like a chip, but it goes under your skin. You have to go to a tattoo shop to get it done. Me, I did mine myself. But you can actually go to the tattoo shop. They have freaking LEDs you can put under. Like, it's all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, but they don't generally have those that you put in yourself, do you?
I don't know. I think I saw a couple on Amazon.
They have DIY subdermal electronic devices?
Yeah, then you can watch like Prime Video on your hand.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that.
Stuff, but it's called biohacking. That's what it's called. And the fact that that's already out there, the government can utilize that for. I wouldn't even really just say the government, but some of these these vaccine companies. Bill Gates, not Bill Gates. There was actually a guy that was interviewed on CBN, the 700 Club news channel, and he's from one of these companies that's trying to make COVID-19 vaccine, and he was actually describing how they wanted to have a chip with it. It's kind of like when you get like a heart valve replacement or something like that, and it has that code that's there in case it's like any part that you will buy for a car or something like that, and it has these little codes or whatever to let that the company would have there in case.
Why is she wearing that little kitty butterfly in her hair when she's in her fucking
that's what
30s?
they wanted for the vaccine,
Okay,
so that the vaccine can have the chip or something like that, so that they can scan it to make sure you got the vaccine, and they'll have a serial number for that particular vaccine that each valve or whatever it is that they give you or needle, for that vaccine. I'm not describing it the best way I can.
Of course you're not, because you're stupid.
I should actually.
G-Man's hardest rap lyric ever.
I should actually put that in there too, because it's like he's every other freaking live stream he does. He's got a new rule for his live streams.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so let me make a quick announcement because we got about 7 minutes of this thing left. The announcement is I got a new rule for my lives, which is going to permanently ban every member of the Dragoons from my show permanently. For anything that I do, if you don't take the conversation seriously, I'm not going to come in.
Oh fuck! What will I ever do?
In order to be in. In other words, you got to have an opinion about what it is that we're talking about. If people want the link, you're not going to come in here and just sit in here and be quiet and don't participate in the show. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the people that came in and was saying things like, hell, the Dragon Lord or whatever. You know what I mean? Those kind of things are going to come to an end. You're going to have to talk to me before my show, or you're going to have to email me, or I'm going to have to see your face, and you're going to have to tell me in the private chat what is it you want to talk about before you come here. And that is in response to the two gentlemen that was in here earlier. So we got about 6 minutes left of show left.
So why does like that microchipping stuff? Why is it that stuff is the mark of the beast? Like, does it control my mind? Does it make me do bad things?
I never said that. It's the technology.
Okay, so what's wrong? I mean, because the reasons they give make sense. Like right now, we all have credit cards and stuff. I can imagine in the future they put some little chip, so then boom, you just wave your hand. No more credit cards. Why in the right hand? Well, most people are right-handed, and why is that the mark of the beast?
Here's the thing: it's either in your right hand or in your forehead. The Bible doesn't tell us specifically what it is. We assume that the technology for the mark of the beast would be something like
assume.
And that right there, Jen, is why I don't take you, and I'm going to be nice here, Christians who are a lot like you, seriously, because you make assumptions. That's stupid.
Okay, well, I don't have anything to add.
Like the chip.
So
they can store all information
brain,
on certain things. Indigo knows the difference between RFID and this other chip.
The NFC.
The NFC chip. So it's going to be the kind of chip that can hold your ID or anything that would be in your wallet, your bank account stuff. Aaron Russo talked about this, for example, when he was being interviewed by Alex Jones, right? And Aaron Russo said that he was friends with Rockefeller.
Alex Jones, that's a
and what I'm about to say is
good
not
source of
like
info
honestly,
there.
anybody who's aware about what's going on in the world, we know what the direction that we're going in. They want to cash the society. They want to chip everybody so that they can control everything that you do with your money. Right now, they can't control everything that you do with your money because if you have cash, they can't reasonably predict what's in your pocket and what you're doing with it, or if you'll pay your taxes. You know what I mean? But once everything is electronic,
but
if you disobey, break the law, you're not paying your taxes.
Yeah, you're supposed to pay your taxes when you're part of a society.
But the chip is going to be more than just that. It's also going to be a spiritual.
I'm so tired of like the
then
anti-tax
you're going to cut yourself
bitchery
off
that I
any
hear
form
on the
of belief
internet.
in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or in Jesus Christ, right? And what's going to happen is your allegiance. Well,
unless you're making
because
money
you just went
from like
from
different
controlling people's
sources,
money
there's
to
going to be a paper
spiritually.
trail of the money.
Jimmy,
that you
can
spend.
I add something?
No.
Can
Let me
I add
read
something
to
that
you
was
what it
missed real
says so that
quick?
you can understand. The money part is
No,
part of it.
you've already said enough.
Okay, anyway, so Revelation
That's a good
13,
question to
and
ask
it's going to
G-Man,
start
by the
at.
way, if you got a stimulus.
Yep.
Let's start at. Give me a second here. I'm going to start at verse 11.
No, damn well he's
And
not
I beheld
updating
another
his shit
beast
with the
coming out of the earth,
IRS.
and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and spake like as a dragon, and in exercise of all the power of the first beast before him. And he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Kids in high
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh
Come
fire
on,
come
talk
down
about
from
the
heaven on
people's
the earth
elbow or
in the sight of
something.
men. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth
Talk about a
that they should
stunner.
make an image of the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. In other words, the first beast that was mortally wounded they're going to make an image to this first beast, okay, or this political leader, right? Verse 15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you do not worship this image, you're going to be killed. They're going to bring it back to the old days, like in Nebuchadnezzar days, that if you did not practice worshiping their pagan deities or whatever, or worshiping their false gods, that they would kill you, right? And he causeth all, both small and great, the second beast that does this, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 636. So it does not have. It is not just about not being able to buy and sell. It's about participating in the economy and whether or not you're going to worship the beast or not. Because trust me, you're going to pledge allegiance to this new government that they're making before you take it. You're going to have to.
Okay, so they were talking about a beast, and from the description you gave, it said several arms and breathing fire. Sounds like a monster. And then you said a beast or a political figure. How'd you get political figure? They're talking about a monster.
You was a Christian. Did you read your Bible one time at all? Did you read it once? Even once? Did you read it
No,
one time?
G-Man, I never read my Bible.
Okay, so
No,
if you
I
go back
didn't.
to the book, okay, so look,
I'm lying.
if you go to the book of Daniel, right, and Daniel is talking about the beast that he saw in his vision, right, it is explained later on that it's talking about Babylon, it's talking about the Medes and the Greeks, it's talking about the Persians, it's talking about the Romans. It's all there, it's right
Babylon
there.
is
The word
fucking
beast there is a personification of a country or an individual. There were human beings that was considered beasts, and there were countries that were considered beasts. Okay, this is speaking in apocalyptic language, meaning there's going to be a lot of symbols.
Wait a minute. I thought the Bible was literal.
Yeah, I thought it was direct.
So how can it be literal and allegorical at the same time, G-Man?
And also, here's the thing. Why should I listen to apocryphic, whatever the fuck, encrypted language? No, speak directly to me or get the fuck out. Don't give me that Jordan Peterson metaphorical bullshit. Ugh.
Okay. Well, we've got about 15 minutes left, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be winning this.
Oh, I sure
and a
as
lot of
fucking
poetry
not.
that's going to be used when you're actually reading it, right? So this government system or this world leader is being, depending on what school of thought you're coming from, is going to be referred to as a beast. You understand? So we as Christians know this is either a country, a conglomeration of countries, or it's a person. Okay, that's what we mean by beast. So they're saying that I personally believe it's a person.
Shapiro.
That in them days, when a person takes the mark, they're going to have to worship either this conglomeration of countries, or it's going to be this global dictator. I personally believe it's going to be a global dictator. And if they don't worship this global dictator, they will be killed in those days. This democracy that you're looking at here in the United States isn't always going to be here. It's not even going to be a communist country. That's the funny thing about it. It's not going to be fascist. Believe it or not, theocracy is coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance. The only difference
Isn't that what you want?
It's always been his MO.
How is he going to do that?
As long as it's a Christian theocracy, he doesn't care.
Hell, if it's he wouldn't mind fascism
can't
then.
enter the
Since
physical
fascists
world,
do
okay?
revert Christianity.
He's going to promote a world leader that's going to represent him, and then I believe he's going to supernaturally possess him. In the whole world, anyone who dwells on this earth that are not believers are going to worship him, and they're going to follow him.
Here, man.
Even
That's that shit they
atheism
used
will
to
be-
teach
this,
me.
This is the funny thing
when-
about this.
when
Atheism
I
will
was a
be
kid. He says he loves to say how witnesses aren't Christians, but that's literally what I learned as a kid. Literally the exact same doctrine. Okay, mark of the beast, the end of the world. They're gonna control you. They're gonna kill us as Christians. We're gonna be persecuted. All the same shit. The beast is a politician. Dude, you're a witness. You're like a weird little doomsday Jehovah Witness who doesn't even know it.
I like also how it went from a singular like political figure to a bunch of countries very quickly. So basically, any country that you don't like that has like maybe progressive values or equality.
Yeah, anything that challenges your views as a Christian is a beast. Is the beast. Can be interpreted as the beast.
So it is. Anything that fits the Christian narrative about the whole beast analogy is what it is.
And see, this right here is why I think Christianity is dangerous, why religion is dangerous. Granted, it's not the only thing that causes people like this to be stupid, but it's very hard to get dumb people like this out of religion than it is to get them out of ideology.
Okay, so to dumb everyone down a little bit here, so Miss Parker, since it's G-Man, would that make him a Jehovah's Witness?
Oh my god.
That was
I
a
get it.
fucking dad joke, like a motherfucker.
Yeah. hey, I am a dad.
The
Okay.
Hindu goddess of fibro.
Killed in them days. Anybody who's found to be an atheist will be shot and killed in those days. Okay?
Well,
Because
I'll come to that conclusion.
Satan wants to be worshipped. He's not going to tolerate
Yeah, but so are the Christians.
What you
according
see
to
going
you.
on with Christianity, you're not going to be able to do that with that beast system. It's just not going to happen. You do that one time, they're going to shoot you on sight. In them days, and atheists are the funny thing is they're the main ones helping build the
Christians also kill
world
people for
government
not worshiping
that's
too.
It ain't going to be stopped because a lot of
Historically.
atheists listen to me ain't going to believe it. But if you take a close look at what's going on with the world and how society is being built, you can all see it there, all happening.
So does the devil not have the ability to possess someone now, but he will later?
He can possess people now, and he has. I'm saying that there's going to be this last global dictator that he's going to do it with.
It's going to be more on a physical level. Like for example, and it tells you like as in the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. In the days of Noah, there was actually, you know, some people might not believe this or whatever, but I know that I'm probably about to refer to something. You know, I'm not even going to refer to those books. It's the books certain books that were taken out of the Bible. There were angels, the Nephilim, yes, and they had the knowledge that they had, and that was the thing. Like just because you have knowledge doesn't. It depends on where your knowledge comes from and how you use that knowledge. They gave knowledge to man of how to perform abortions, for example, how to create makeup, how to create makeup and beautify the eyelids of the women, and
if I was their father, I would not love her.
They had each fallen angel had a certain thing that they did that they taught men that was forbidden knowledge. They had forbidden knowledge.
Like what?
How to create weapons, for example, and wage war against each other. There a lot of those things were.
Don't we do that now?
The book
Weapons
of I believe
with
it was the
secret
book of
knowledge.
Ezekiel.
Where in the Bible does it say that?
The book of Enoch.
We already
that's what it
fucking
was.
do that.
Someone else, I actually agree with you. He says so. It wouldn't be better to fight against theocracy so that this won't come to be, or you are G-Man in favor of the theocracy. I'm in favor of a theocracy with Christ is the king, but the theocracy that's going to be
Of
set
course
up,
you are.
That's going to look like a different form of system of government. Is going to be run by Satan. The Bible predicts it. So I fight against that on a daily basis.
It's weird how G-Man is against
Lubis, if you want to get more
slavery
information
and
on this
then
topic,
forced slavery.
there are two YouTubers you can look up.
Yeah.
There's Russ Dizdar. He does a really good job at talking about the technology of the market. The technology, end time technology and where it's leading everyone. And then you can look up Chuck Missler when he talks about the book of about the flood and the fallen angels and why they are considered the
it doesn't like how black people were oppressed, but he's okay with the oppressing LGBTQ people.
RUSS.
Yeah, he's really good with
he's gonna be happy with that one.
DAR. Russ Dizdar. And he has something called Shatter the Darkness. Check out that. And then check out Chuck Missler when he does a Bible study, an in-depth Bible study on the flood, on Genesis chapter 6 and 7. And he actually talks about, in detail, going into the Hebrew and the Greek, and what the words actually mean, proving that there's people that argue against it, but I can assure you there's more arguments for it than there are against it.
Perhaps.
For the Nephilim being fallen angels, and how, in order to stop God's plan to bring Christ about or whatever, they wanted to corrupt the seed. So they came down and had sex with the daughters of men. So you can take a look at what Chuck Missler says about this. Very good. You know what I mean? And you're gonna feel like you're in theology school listening to that.
Yeah, I think he
is. Did you ever listen to Pastor Arnold Murray from Shepherd's Chapel? Did you ever listen to him?
Never heard of him. I don't think.
Priest, wake up! GP's about to go in your mouth.
I haven't watched him in
well, he died
a
long time ago, but he had some interesting views. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of it, but he had some interesting
Is that
views
Carnivorous
a lot of
Apes'
Christians
new
wouldn't
name?
agree with, like
what?
When he talks
Like as
about
far as White Guy
the Earth
TV?
ages and stuff. I thought that was interesting.
I just disconnected them.
Matt Slick has a video on
It sounds familiar. I think I have
He used to be on
to
like
refresh
late
my
at night.
memory.
He was like an old white guy.
White Guy
Yeah,
TV
after,
is
it
one
has
of
to
my
refresh my
old
memory, but I've heard of that before. The Earth Ages. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
like how this is the first time. This is
Hold on a minute. I don't know about this guy. Hold on a minute. I don't
That was
know
an
about him.
ass.
Hold on a minute. Let me Google him real quick. Let's look at Church Demon Mass.
but he talks about how this isn't the first time the Earth has existed. You know, like we're in the second Earth age now, and then I guess the third Earth age will be like when Jesus comes or something
He
like that.
sounds like a heretic. Hold on a minute.
Is he?
Yeah, like I said, not a lot of Christians agree with him, but his explanation.
Is he trying to?
sound
Is he
like
trying
a
to include like the Tiamat theory?
I don't know. All I know is that his explanation gave an answer to dinosaurs being here for millions of years and stuff. When Christians believe the world's 6,000 years old, because those dinosaurs or all that other stuff existed in the first Earth age. And then that age came to an end, and then this age started, which is where you get that 6,000 years old or something like that. And then the third Earth age will come after that. Yeah. Again, I don't really agree with it, but it's what he said, you know.
Me personally, I think that
No, we don't
when
care.
God created
Shut up.
when
I
God
know
created
who this guy
everything.
is. I know who this guy is. This is the guy that came up with the serpent seed doctrine. As a matter of fact, thank you, Lucas, for bringing that to my attention. I'm going to use this tomorrow.
So do you not like the guy or what? Or
no,
I
he's
thought he was pretty good.
No.
Well,
no,
G-Man, I'm gonna tell G-Man. I just remembered a few things. When he means by like the Earth ages is like, for example, the Earth is well, now G-Man, I know you're gonna get mad at me, but I do believe that the Earth is a lot. Okay, I do believe that the Earth is a lot older than 6,000 or 7,000.
Let's see if we get the same answer. Why?
Years.
Why would I get mad about that though?
I wasn't, because I wasn't sure if you're a younger creationist or not.
I am a younger creationist. I believe the Earth is anywhere between 6,000 and 10,000 years old.
Tell me if this looks familiar, Indigo. I'll tell you why the Earth is billions of years old and it doesn't contradict the Bible. Because in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It doesn't tell you how long He waited before day 2. Millions of years could have passed before day 2. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
That right there.
I'm gonna get a screenshot.
That's a nice freeze frame.
Oh, the disappointment.
The sheer look of disappointment on G-Man's face and the laughter coming from Lubis. That's perfect.
That's just.
I got it. Okay, I got it.
Ray of sunshine coming out of Lubis.
Yep.
All right, got it. Thank you.
You heard it?
The funny thing is the argument that Lubis is using right here is that whole Yom equals age thing that G-Man doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand anything.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't understand himself.
Yeah, it's used to, because I kind of agree with G-Man at the same time. I think what it is with well, as far as the universe, for example, the universe could have taken a long time.
I was about to say, I have to read the lyrics because I can't stand hearing the song.
He doesn't have them on like all of his videos, but the ones he does have, it's just beautiful to see his writing process.
If you step to me, then you step to the best, because you're nothing but a troll with the atheistic complex.
Anyway, continuing.
Time. We don't know that, how long that took. But just as far as the Earth, after the Earth was formed, and then everything else on the Earth was created, is when we get our days. Because you don't have days and nights unless you have an Earth first. So if God created the universe first, of course the universe could have been here first for a long time. But my thing is, the time of this planet started when the time of this planet was created. So I kind of have a mixture of both, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Oh, here was another one. When it says, and the earth was, the earth was void. Wait, the earth was void and formless, or something. I forgot how it goes, but the earth was formless. How's the verse go, G-Man? The earth was what?
The earth was without void.
The earth was void. God was open, and God's spirit hovered over the face of the deep.
Yeah,
the earth was without form.
But I got a scripture here.
Okay, but check it out. Void.
I contradict one scripture with another scripture, but the Bible has no contradictions.
And then it became void, giving credence to the first Earth age.
That don't make any sense.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And also the idea that the earth could have taken millions of years. That comes down to what the word day meant there, whether or not, I think, what is it, yom, and it's a different word and whatnot in the original Hebrew. So if you want to do a Bible study about that, we can do that, and we can talk about what the actual length of time actually is. Not to mention, you're not going to find one scripture, and I mean one, in the entire Bible that suggests that the earth is millions of years old, or that would suggest that the first day took 1,000,000 years.
Except for that first chapter when it says Yom as age. Sorry, I'm going to have to get off on a tangent here on this one. Okay. The Hebrew word Yom, as explained to me by Todd, who's our resident biblical scholar, is it had to have been age in that context, because the day-night cycle did not exist until 70% of the way through the week. There's no way that could have meant day, 70% of the way through the week, when it didn't the rest of the time. So it flat out contradicts young earth creation.
Yep.
But okay.
The universe.
I'll give you his reason.
The universe can be old, but the earth is young. That's the thing. The universe can be old, but the earth can be young.
Well, let me show everybody this Bible verse here real quick, so everybody can know what I'm talking about here. It's in Peter, 2 Peter 3:8. As one day is like 1,000 years unto God, and 1,000 years is like one day to God. Okay, so again, there's nothing in Scripture.
It could be millions of years.
No, 1,000 and 1,000,000 is a jump, my friend. That's a huge jump. All right. There's nothing in Scripture to suggest it took God that long to do that. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Hold on a minute. Let's say it took 1,000,000 years to create the earth. How long did it take them to create a deer?
What was that?
How long did it take them to create a fish? Let's say.
It doesn't say how long it took him.
Oh, yes, it does.
It does?
It happened pretty much almost instantly.
1 day.
Okay. And then how much time passed between that day and then when he started for the second day?
24 hours.
Say that.
Yes, it does.
No, you can't. Lubis.
It does not at all.
Lubis, you can't.
No, see, that's that Yom thing. It's how long did it take him to create a deer? It would have been one age. There's no discrepancy on that, except for in young earth creationism.
And because here's the thing, everything was perfect back then. If everything was perfect back then, it does not have to take that much time for something to develop, especially when it's God's hands that's creating it.
Doctrine. Yeah, not only is this teaching, and I'm not talking about what you guys are talking about no more. I didn't know that this Arnold guy was the one that created the doctrine. Not only is the serpent seed doctrine that he taught was false, but the Hebrew Israelites are going to have a heart attack when I show them where they got this doctrine from. Check this out.
Why should we care about what the Hebrew Israelites think?
And then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yourself think they're stupid.
The doctrine that
he always makes appeals to them for authority.
The white man's the devil. Check this out. This is him here.
Hey, Pastor Homer.
Damn near black Hebrew.
He's the one who teaches the serpent seed doctrine.
Yeah.
He's the one who teaches the 3 world ages.
Hold on a minute. The same teachings that the Hebrew Israelites and other heretic cults teach as well. I'm gonna have some fun tomorrow.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't the serpent seed doctrine doesn't go into the what they call the lizard people and those theories?
If you're asking the question, then the answer is probably no.
That Cain, who is it? That Cain was the offspring of Satan, of the serpent. That's what it teaches. Okay?
Yeah, it's like how the Hopi
I
talks about.
never thought I'd
some
meet
lizard people
someone on
let
the
them
internet I hated more than
underground
G-Man.
to
No,
protect
That's
them
a really
from
fun
some
concept.
crazy.
What if Cain and Abel are half brothers and they share the same daddy, but Lilith is Cain's daddy, and that's why he out here murdering motherfuckers.
I mean, Lilith is Cain's mama.
Dude, Lilith is awesome. Fuck Eve. Lilith wanted to ride Adam, but God's like, no, a woman shall not be on top of a man.
Rigzilla, I will definitely add that to the list because he's been doing that a lot lately.
What?
Bringing up the Black
Yeah,
Hebrew
Black
Israelites,
Hebrew Israelites,
when
yeah.
there's really no point.
BHI fucking square. Hell yeah.
They had a couple little more things so that the bingo is a little bit more random.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we're at about a minute shy of the end. Do we want to go through this, or do we want to go ahead and call it a draw? And
let's see it till the end. We might get surprised.
Okay.
This thing is that Cain is the direct offspring of Satan. Okay, and you need to know this, Lucas, when you sit there and talk about Dr. Arnold. That means all white people are the offspring of the devil.
All white people.
Well, that sounds
Yes.
racist.
That's what the Fifth Doctrine teaches. That all white people are the offspring of the devil. That's when people like get that nonsense from. That's why I'm looking at it.
I remember now, G-Man. You just reminded me of it. Okay, now I remember it. I remember this guy. I remember.
I'm going to call General Yohana. I'm going to call. Is it General Yohana? So why are you using his doctrines? Because this is the guy that originated the teaching. I'm going to say it just like that. I'm going to call Across the Line Radio this week. I'm having some fun with that guy.
You're welcome.
Oh, my goodness. So anyway, Lucas, it sounds like your Pastor Arnold dude was a heretic. And apparently a false prophet, too, from what I can gather here.
He's one of God's elect, if I remember correctly.
Anyway, guys, the Bible says that God is going to return and judge the entire world, including the atheist community, whether you believe it or not. We'll do another
All
episode.
right. Whether you believe it or not.
Nobody won, folks.
No. But that's okay. That was
Yeah.
it was a good
Good
first
test
run.
run.
Yeah, it was a good first run. What we can do is like what Miss Parker said, we because that link's out there, anytime somebody feels like stream sniping, we can jump in there and we can easily just bring up the cards and we can start playing.
There it is. Spontaneous bingo. Why? Because we're all petty now. This is the year of cow tipping. Fuck milking cows. We are tipping the cows this year. This is amazing. I'm so excited.
I doubt she's gonna listen, but Indigo, you've got to be one of the dumbest bitches I've ever heard speak. Your parents clearly didn't give a shit about you.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. I
That's
want
the
them
best
to know
part.
we're doing this
What
shit.
if he rages about it? Like, we want to hear that. These fuckers think I'm a joke. They think I'm a fucking game.
These atheists got nothing better to do but to make fun of people to feel bad about themselves. Which would be total self-projection.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so
All right, gotta go, folks.
not a
Love
problem.
you.
Yeah, we'll talk
Bye.
to you later, Miss Parker. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut down the Discord, and I'm going to go ahead and finish my little spiel on it real quick, and then I will jump back in here in a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so anyways, like I said, that was essentially our first attempt at G-Man Bingo. Unfortunately, we didn't get any winners tonight, but like I said, I am attempting, at the very least when I have it on my channel, we're going to talk about possible prizes. Basically, if you jump into the Discord and you can screenshot or something like that and say, hey, this is my list, and we can verify that you actually did get a full bingo, then I may end up having some prizes set up soon. It's not really going to be gambling. If a cash prize is in order, then it'll more than likely be through donations via essentially Streamlabs Super Chats. But if it sounds fun, then that's all you gotta do is let me know, and hopefully we can get this thing a little bit more streamlined. Like I said, It would have been a little bit easier for me had my StreamYards not crapped out on me. So I will be able to use StreamYards again on Monday. But other than that, it is 1:30 in the morning. So I am going to go ahead and get out of here. And, you guys think rationally, eat your meat, it's good for you. But ultimately, we're here for a good time. So you guys have a great one. Before I stop, Tito, you just got back. Unfortunately, there was not a winner. It was a tie. But we'll